Hello? Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. The weekend has arrived. Hello, Mrs. Two-Tone. She's making faces at me already. Never a good sign. Hope you're all keeping well. Look, here we are. The weekend, lads. Right, I mean, however good or bad you think your week was, this is our chance to say good luck to you now as we embark tonight on a flight in America. Yes, that's right, friends. We're going to be flying from Utah over to Las Vegas. Ooh, he said in a proud and happy voice. And I'm not going to read this from the wall at all. That's the wrong button completely. Look, see? You can't see the thing, so the cat is here as well, look. Hello, cat. She answers to cat, right? So we're going to begin our adventure tonight over in a place called Bryce Canyon. Kilo Bravo Charlie Echo. Get the tunage down, Murph, calm it all down. That's in Utah. And our first flight, well, the first leg, is going to take us over to Cedar City Regional Airport, Kilo Charlie Delta Charlie. It's a gateway to the breathtaking national parks of Zion and Bryce Canyon. From there, we continue to St. George Regional Airport, Kilo Sierra Golf Uniform, where the desert landscapes and red cliffs provide a spectacular backdrop. I swear I wrote this. Next, we're going to head to a place called Mesquite Airport. It's 67 Lima. That's in Nevada, a small town known for its golf courses and casinos. Offering... She just jumped out of the kitchen into the hallway. If I did that, you call me. If I did that, I'd fall over. Do you know? Anyway, it's a small... Hang on, which spot? I would fall, yeah. I don't know what to say. Anyway, it's a small town, as I said. It's known for its golf courses and casinos, right? And it'll give us a brief glimpse, offering the Mojave Desert's vastness. Our journey then continues to a place called Boulder City Municipal Airport, Uniform 08. That's out near the Hoover Dam. Continuing on, we're going to fly at Temple Bar Airport, Uniform 30. That's in Arizona, situated on the shores of Lake Mead. Finally, we head towards Sin City as we fly over the strip and land at Reid International Airport, Kilo Lima Alpha Sierra in Las Vegas. And I get to show you all the places I went to, you know, and the things and the stuff that we got up to. Because it's all the rage, you know, this talk of Las Vegas. Do you know what I mean? It's all the rage. So that's our plan. Is me lighting all right? Or am I terribly... Hang on, am I terribly orange? Mesquite. What did I say? Mesquite. Mesquite. The pronunciations with me, lads. But anyway, you're all very welcome in. Huge news starting us off this evening, friends. Massive news. Look at the head in it. Look. Our very own pal, buddy, friend, pal, the man, myth and legend himself, Jeppesen 2001. Well, it's just been announced that Parallel 42 have made him the head of scenery development. Now, this is something of a oh wow moment because, well, I mean, you know, our community started off pretty much in and around 2020. And Jeppesen...
Oh, Jesus.
Jeppesen was one of the first in Best Dressed. And he took it upon himself to make us a very cool little scenery for our Vietnam special. We were kind of covering that of what was done on Top Gear. And he said, Murph, I can create this stuff. I was like, Jesus. Now, prior to that, I think he dabbled with livery design. He dabbled with putting a livery on like a pushback tug. And from there, it kind of went bananas. Next up, he built us an entire airport. Not to mention the work he's done with the Seven World Wonders, the Natural Wonders. All the scenery files he's built us for, you know, the spaghetti western stuff. He's had his own payware airports, including Falcon Field and also the train going through the thing, right? And then most recently, he burst once again back onto our scenes by creating that incredible D-Day scenery. And it's all out of his own time. You know, he just said, yeah, I'll make this, you know, and it starts off with like, you know, I might drop him a message. Jeppesen, every chance, can you put an old searchlight or something in the sky? Yeah, leave it with me. And next thing we have searchlights, we have flak, we have sound effects, we have all sorts of stuff going on. That is the man, myth and legend, Jeppesen. So where he's at now, in a full-time gig, he gets to do this full-time. Now, whether or not that's a good thing for poor old Jeppesen, I don't know. But it's a wonderful story of how just constant kind of persistence and that kind of eye for detail that he has, well, he picked up like-minded individuals, and that's the team over at Parallel 42. And they are quite a small team. I mean, it's primarily Edson and Kevin, and there are a few other guys there as well. But the trust in which they can put upon Jeppesen, well, he fits their bill pretty much spot on. And it's a great success story. So what an incredible bit of news to start us on a Friday night. So my most heartfelt congratulations to Jeppesen. The poor old devil is under the weather. He got back. He brought home his second cousin-in-law, Rona, from Vegas. But I hope he's feeling a lot better. And news like that now that it's public, it's absolute. Isn't it brilliant, lads? It's absolutely brilliant. So massive congratulations to Jeppesen for that. So I was in work today, as I was. The car. Oh, Jesus, the car. So I did, right. I told you I got it serviced, and then all the lights came on, right? And then we put a computer onto the car to find out what's wrong with the car. It didn't say anything. And then the lights turned off. Until I decided to drive home yesterday evening, in which the lights turned back on again. Then early bells this morning, I was like, right, tried to ring me local mechanic, no joy, not back till Monday. And I was going to stay put, because like the thing is in limp mode, it's driving at 60 kilometers an hour. So if you were on the N7 or M7 today at some stage and you saw a slow driving Skoda with its hazard lights on, that was me. Took me an hour and 45 minutes to get into work. I was like a well-slapped arse.
It's your slow drive.
I don't drive slow. Do you hear that? Me drive slow. Well, I do have a reputation of driving between the ditches and keeping. Like, it's a speed limit. It's not a target, lads. Right?
What the hell is that?
Nothing. That there is a figment of your imagine. Who pressed that button? Jesus.
What the hell is that?
Nothing. I don't know what it is. I don't put stuff there. I don't know what it is. Excuses now in the chat quickly. That's me. That's the FS Elite sign, and that was some dodgy looking carpet.
Yeah.
Dodgy looking carpet.
You had a great time.
Oh Jesus!
Without your wife.
What?
Without your wife.
I was very busy. I put in a lot of hours. I had no crack at all.
Oh really?
I was flat out busy.
Black 17.
Black 17. Right? Yeah.
Did you tell them what you brought me back?
Oh Jesus!
I brought you back some chocolates and a keyring. And some fridge magnets. See, I'm very romantic like that.
And you stole one.
Huh?
And you stole one of the fridge magnets.
I did. I thought it looked nice in here. Oh, Jesus. But you love me, really. I mean, listen, do you know, I'm that fella who puts a smile on your face. Sleeping bags, they're all the rage in the Murphy household. Sleeping bags are all the rage. Yeah, thanks for that, lads. Well done. What a great start of the feckin' night. And we're already... Stop pressing the buttons! Right, that needs to go. You know, fat. But in fairness, though. Right, do you know, I mean, the posture, right? I'm talking about me, of course, right? But anyway, quick, before we're in trouble.
I suppose you did this on purpose.
No, I didn't do anything.
Just to prove that I wasn't looking at them.
I wasn't looking at anything. I was looking deep into her eyes.
Oh, were you?
I was. She was.
Her eyes are strategically placed.
No, her name tag was down on and a very bad eyesight. I had to lean right in.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Listen, the important thing is it's to be warm next week. No cloud at all.
Oh, you can sleep outside then, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Why did this start off terribly bad? I'm in trouble before it even did anything stupid. Ah,
You
yeah.
always do stuff stupid.
Yeah, right. But you know,
I need.
you need coffee. Yes, dear. Yep. Well, that escalated quickly. Anyway, look at the...
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus emoji. Who pressed that button anyway? I need to ban a couple of people here. Hang on a second now. News! Right. The ban hammer is going to be shown for all now to see. Right? But anyway, what was I talking... Oh, yeah, the car. Yeah, so it's shagged. Well, it's not shagged.
Oh Jesus!
That's what I said. In a proud and happy tone. Yeah, I need to get the car sorted, lads, because I'm taking it to France in 4 weeks' time. And we can't have these issues because I cannot explain the technical issues in Francais. You know, parlez-vous le Français?
Are you taking the 2 wands to France?
Neil May Agut. What do you mean the 2 wands? They were professional pilots who were sharing their expertise and experience about what it's like to fly whilst wearing tight clothing. 2 things I just can't
Are
do.
you taking them to France?
No. Don't fire the milk at me. The cows will go nuts. They'll cry in the fields. What a waste! Cow juice. Look at this big eat. They're giving out to me here now. Thanks. Yeah, and also thanks. Yeah, Jesus. But anyway, where was I? I was over here. Look, my hair's all sticking up on one side. May get used to that, says you. But anyway, yes, our flight tonight. This is our first flight back since we were at Vegas, and I can't wait to go flying with you. I've gone with the Duke. the Duke. And, well, this is from Black Square. An incredible aircraft, lots of fun to fly, and it'll definitely keep you on your toes, do you know? So we'll go over here now and do a bit of music. I'm not bashing me hand. We'll do a bit of music. Ah, yes. I calms it all down a bit, and we'll go in and say hello to people who didn't get me into trouble. So, who's here, look? Jesus, Super Typhon is in the house. AJH man, Airlock Doc is here. Happy Friday. Liptorius has rambled in. Speaking of lips, to tell you about me lip, man, look at it. Right, and I have all sorts of stuff in it now to make it a little bit better. It was hilarious this morning because, like, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you know, your skin tends to be a little bit pale. Do you know? It hasn't adapted to the colours. And I had this, like, it's like a panic button. Because I stabbed myself in my lip with my finger by not falling asleep on my desk. Right? That's what happens, lads. Anyway, who is here? PH Roy, good evening. Nine Zepp is here. Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. AJH John, I hope you're well. Toto is in the house. Happy Friday. 6 Knots bursts in the door saying evening all. And for anyone flying with Firefly Air tonight, there are company routes available for tonight's flight. Do be sure you have your L or M connected and we'll do some flyage. Retriever Neil is in the house. Good to see you. Tiger Shark, hello. Fierce Wolf is here. Looking fierce and wolfy. Welcome. Fierce and wolfy. Welcome in, Fierce Wolf. Vacuum is in the house. Spitfire RAF 100. A very happy Friday to you. Tritz 4 is here. Wonderful Friday, he says. Yes, it is. Stick Figure, good day. Sean Dale is in the house. Hope you had an amazing 777 week and many flights planned this weekend. So here's one for you, lads. I'm actually planning some streamage tomorrow, Saturday. I don't know what time yet, but I have to fly the 777, the MD-11, the Huey, the T6, and I'm sure there's something else there. Right, I have to fly, maybe just flight Arrow over on X-Plane as well. I've lots of flying to do, so you know me, I'll fire up a stream. I did a tiny bit of test flying last night, but I was too tired, and I'll do some streaming tomorrow, right? So that's all kicking off tomorrow, right? Tonight, speed for tonight, about 160, 170 Zity. But anyway, Echo Charlie's in the house. Good to see you. Retriever Neil. Hope the Skoda is all well. You're in our thoughts. John Drace is here. He says, I'm retired. I think I can remember what a weekend is. Right? PH Roy did an 11-hour KLM flight from Eham to Fact. Eham is Amsterdam. Fact. Is that South Africa? That's a hell of a flight. Now let me see. Survive with 6. Good to see you, man. He says, what's his name? Oh yeah, did you see that? Mustafa. Who was that other guy? Like you can forget the head in this Egypt. Or, you know, the sound of this Egypt. I'm terribly loud, but it's grand. It's because I have so much to say. And I'm excited to say it. But anyway, Willow, how much? Good to see you. Me tunage. Welcome aboard, man. Let me see now. Let me see. Jesus. Drag One Eye. Good to see you. SK Sun is in the house. Kozaki is here. He says, hola to the Irish dude and much love to our Jeppesen 2001. Absolutely. Onboard Simulations, good to see you. Cold Feet, Warm Hands says, was good to see you, Murph. Popped into the official earlier. Did you see the pic of the first night get together prior to dinner? You were missing, but you were mentioned as the very fashionable two-tone. I was running a little bit late. I was actually genuinely washing me hair.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
It took a while to figure out how showers in Las Vegas work, but I got there in the end. Wombat 49, it's Friday again. Hope you all have a great weekend. You too, Wombat. Welcome in, my dude. Airwolf has rambled in, subscribing with Prime for 27 months. The man's a legend. Airwolf, thank you very, very much indeed for all your support, my guy. That's insane. Zythi is here. Good to see you. Lead Ballooner, you're welcome in. I'm out for a meal with Mrs. Lead Ballooner, but I've still logged on. Right, no hiding in the jacks now. Muse Fan is here. He burst through the door with his eyelash. He says, how he is his man jokes is. Happy Friday, all. Good to see you. James, the cat's moving. How are you, Muse? Hope you're well. Let me see. Retriever Neil, congrats to Jeppesen and Parallel 42. Absolutely. Right, now, where are we at? We're over here. Airlock Doc says, Viva las Pinos. Pinos. Careful how you say that. I'm not just saying something I shouldn't. Thanks, Airlock. You got me there. Lee Dixon, welcome in. Tritz4 says, congratulations to Jeppesen. Absolutely. Viper Strike then joins us in with the raid of raiders who have raided. Thank you very, very much indeed, Viper. I hope you're well, my dude. He was flying the 777 and Emirates from Dubai to Mumbai. Oh, nice. Murph on his Yamaha keyboard. I was actually going to break out the keyboard tonight, but I said no, I won't subject you to that level of entertainment just yet. Soon, perhaps, when I learn how to play it. But anyway, Kanzui is here. Hello, Kanzui. A very happy Friday to you. Mr. 90 is in the house. Frod Hammer, welcome aboard. Black Eyes Gabe, we have a Black Eyes Gabe in the chat. He says, good Friday all. Nice to be here for a little while. Well, pull up a chair and grab a pint. Now, Zaidi says, Jesus, gas gone from the chair, basically sitting on the floor now. Any recommendations on a good chair? The chairs I use, and they're quite reasonable, are from Arozzi, Arozzi. They deliver to Ireland, and they're about 200 quid cheaper than your typical kind of, GT Omega. And I'm not a small fella, and these are grand. And they go all the way back if you wanted to. But be careful, sometimes you might fall off them. Read the instructions, but I like them. I think they're a good old chair. The one I use, it's particularly comfortable. That's the logo look, A for Arozzi. Very comfortable. I've nothing to do with them. I just like the products. But anyway, Cyrus T is here. Hello, Cyrus T. You're very welcome. How's the jet lag? It's only coming around today. I was grand in Vegas, but back in Ireland, man, I was shagged on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And today, I'm kind of getting back to, where things need to be at. So that's where we're at now. But great to see you, man. Hope you're well. Takiba Tom is here. Welcome in, Tom. Tenno rambles in. Hope all is well. Hammer Nails bursts in the door. Good to see you. Airman 2023. Good day. Welcome aboard, man. Now, Vegas is Utah. Wait, what? Now, let me see. Gaseous Maximus, welcome aboard. Pronounced Mesquite, like airman. Ah, right. Gotcha. Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. So we're going to Mesquite. Right. See the way I learned how to do that, lads. And we're catching up. Now, can you show us the Las Vegas police station? Is there such a thing? We'll try. Goblin Zeus, good evening. We're over here now. Beat Carlo, very happy Friday to you. Hope all is well. I posted a plan in the Bremen bar. Oh, balls, I forgot the I actually made a plan. Jesus, hang on. Flight plan, yes. Hang on, lads. Duke of Vegas.pln. There we go. I put the flight plan in, right? I put the flight plan in. Do you think for the fella in Vegas that they got a tan in me legs? Look. Feckin' milky sticks, right? But yes, where are we at? We're over here. Falcon Field is fantastic, says Retriever Neil. It really, really is. All the Jefferson emotes. I love that, guys. Thank you so much indeed. Proby Pete is here. He says, hello from Temp, Arizona. Hot and fiery. Jesus. Oh, yeah, Sean Dale and Muse fan. Right, funny bunch of lads below down now with the bio, huh? We'll have your bag and baggage now, lads. Up to the front row there now, huh? Dragon Eye, good to see you. Aaron Scotta's always in limp mode. No, they're not. Superboy is here. Should have bought a Lada. Oh, Jesus. Lock and Load, good to see you. Exos is here. Don't you own a WRS? No, it's not a WRS. Captain Sickback is here. He says, how's she cutting Murph and the lads? She's cutting well. Down the middle, slightly left. Welcome aboard, man. Now, let me see. Airwolf Rowe says, the Skoda does that? No way. You were eyeing up the side boob, something fierce. No, it wasn't. My eyes were like locked on. But the cheek of that, do you know? And moving on quickly, it's a trap. It is a trap, Lee Dixon. Brilliant. Finally, I can say I knew this famous person way back when. Jeppesen, indeed, Airlock. Max Lightweight, good to see you. He was doing an interview. Mr. 90, you're back in the will. See? He knows the stress, right. Now, you're guilty because most of us were doing the same. Six Knot says, people with Skodas have to drive slow. Nay Byrne is here saying, red alert, red alert, red alert. Looks like Murph will be sleeping in the plane tonight, probably. Has Mr. Two-Tone still got the big frying pan? Shh. What happens in Vegas stays there. We won't tell. No. The best one ever was what happens in Vegas goes on Twitter. I love that. Mr. Two-Tone watched it live, yeah. Hey, Defiant Braun. There was carpet, all right. Jesus, lads, where are we going? Hang on. Gabe says, Murph, quickly distract Mrs. Two-Tone with the promise of a kitchen. That would have worked, but she's gone now. The damage is done. But it's all right. Scorpio is here, rambling in with a bottle of Chardonnay. And he says, good evening, Murph and all in chat. You tell him, Mrs. Two-Tone. Wait, what? Scorpio, you should have me back. Sir Campsalot, good evening, my dude. Very happy Friday to you. Hope all is well. Nutty Slack is here. Chocolates and a keyring. It's very romantic, I thought. Right, where are we at now? We're over here. Mr. Dan, good to see you. 98 Vulcan has rambled in. And thank you, Nightsep, for the flight planage. We're over here now. Where's this now? Afternoon and evening. Hey, Flying Dive is here. Good to see you. Hope all is well, man. Skipper Jeff is here. What happens in Vegas is not staying in Vegas, right? Just let me write these excuses down. Good man, Max Lightweight. Get in there now. Hello there. Stug TV, happy Friday. Rambog Mord is in the house. Very happy Friday to you, Rambog. You look a little bit older. You're a little bit wiser. Happy continuation of your birthday. Very good, man. Now, get the frying pan. No, don't get the frying pan. Is Murph doing something daft? Is he breathing? Something stupid like that, right? Did you get their emails for networking purposes? No, I didn't. They're showing you their wings is all. Wait, hang on, lads. This is getting way out of... calm it down now, right? Calm it all down now. There's too much excitement. Start this off on a stream, right? We need to bring it down a key. Right. I don't know how yet, but we'll taking the Skoda to France, what could possibly go wrong, right? Now we're at, yes, put us back into fear mode. That's better. I pulled out the ETM in my car today and found out that I bought the wrong one. So now I have to clean the old one and put it back in. Oh, Jesus. That doesn't sound great. It's just a good job Murph didn't have a Tobii eye tracker on him at the time. Wait, what? Do they fly? Jesus. Shh. Show her the interview to prove you're innocent. Mr. 90, yes, I think so. ETM is the electronic throttle body. Oh, yes. Red Warhawk is here. Good to see you. Angry Lou, welcome in. Happy Friday. They were Pilot Fox's babes. Wait, what? The Limbics, good morning, good day, good evening, and good night. Murph's in trouble for something. The Skoda is broken and Murph has done an injury. What have I missed? You're pretty much up to date. You're up to date. Now, Jesus, we're over here. Look, it's busy here tonight, isn't it? Soaring AJ, you're very welcome aboard. Baldrick, Dadong, good evening. Wired Lad, I'm also retired and every day is a Saturday. Jeez, I'd love that. Now, let me see. Sim U Flyer has subscribed for 33 months with Prime. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Insane support. Now, where are we at? We're over here. Tech Tier 0. Good evening. Hope all is well. Patrick. Sure. How are you, Patrick? Welcome in. Musefan says, got a secret labs chair a couple of months back. Best thing I ever bought. They're not cheap, but you do get what you pay for. Ooh, secret labs. Indeed. Some say they... seat you. I use Quantum mid-drive chairs. They're brilliant indoor and outdoor. Very comfy too. Oh, nice. Yes. Strap21, good evening. Hope you're well. Whiskey Tango Air. He says, thanks, Gibbo, for the great work last week. And to you, Murph. Gibbo played an absolute stormer last week. The man is a legend. An absolute legend is that of Gibbo Ireland. And yeah, really, like his all his time. Do you know what I mean? Amazing work. Hammer Nail says, autonomous office chairs. Best money I ever spent. Ooh. Beat Carlo, 26 months with Prime. Thank you very, very much indeed. And guys, everyone for the support. Insane. Thank you very, very much. Crunch says, get a Herman Miller chair. Buy once, cry once. That's a great slogan. It's a Volkswagen and it's got vapor lock. Good evening, Dragon617. I hope you're very well. The Grand Wazoo has subscribed Tier 1 for 5 months. For 8 months. Hello there. Thank you very much indeed. Hope you're well. Right, we're catching up. Ascari Wolf is here. I am now a Stanley Cup champion for the first time. Jesus, congratulations. That's huge news. Massive news. No mouth, but must scream. Wait, what? What's goofing, goobers? No mouth, but must scream. That's brilliant. Right? Brilliant. You're very welcome in. Right, we're over here now. Superboy, yes, indeed, is still here. And who else? Anyone got the changelog for the 777? Did they update it? I didn't see it. Paparazzi is here.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
He's work lurking. And very good to see you, my guy. Hope all is well. Jesus, the chat is flat out. Dad in command, 20 months. Dude, thank you very, very much indeed. You absolute ledge. Hammer Nail says, Murph, I know it's next year, but are you planning on attending Expo in 2025? Yes. Yes, I am. It's looking either going to fly into Boston or New York. I must talk to Jeppesen. We might rent a car, right? And then make our way over. I do believe there's a train. It's about an hour on the train. Planes, Trains and Automobiles. We'll remake the movie with me and we'll see who else can make it. Arctic Chill is here watching us on YouTube. A very happy Friday. Hope you're well, man. Who else? Dave Dugtail is here. Banana Dave, welcome in, Dave. Twitch Boy, you're very welcome aboard as well over on YouTube. Mackie Man, hello Mackie Man. Where are you starting? We're going to be here at Bryce Canyon. That's our first Airport. Aviation's in the chat as well. Welcome in. And if I've missed anyone on YouTube, hello, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to do some flying here this evening. It's in my home state in 2025. Oh, nice. I must talk to Colonel Fork and Jay Winokur, because it's close to them, right? Very, very close. In actual fact, I think 404 might be there, and maybe Catsrader if he's about. It'd be wonderful to meet those guys. So is the DA62 too slow? No, that'll be good. That'll be good. Yeah, so Expo next year. Really looking forward to it. It's in Providence, and that's in Rhode Island. And, well, it's a kind of a, Jesus, it's like going like from Las Vegas to Lourdes, right? I mean, that's kind of, you know, but it doesn't matter where we are. It doesn't matter where we are. Once we're all there together. And for those who can't make it, we'll do something similar, as in bit of streaming over there, just to make sure you guys have all caught up. Jay Winokur, yes, indeed. Expo in Rhode Island next year. Sure, you might ramble. I could fly to Chicago again and then drive from Chicago. I can go via Detroit and then go up to Niagara Falls and then across. That could be pretty epic, right? So we can road trip it, Jay Winokur. Do you know what I mean? We'll get a pickup truck, put Colonel Fork in the back. He just get him to shout at people, hey, right? I think it'd be brilliant. It'd be a long drive. Yeah, but sure, listen, it'd be grand. Do you know, I'm not going to drive. Someone else have to. You know what I mean? I'm the cargo, the precious cargo, with my precious mind. Are you in the Piston or the Turbine Duke? I'm in the Piston. The Piston. It would be a fun carpool, wouldn't it? We'd stop off at random places. Hello, I'm here to buy a fridge magnet for a fridge. But anyway, a Scary Wolf, Jesus. Yeah, it's one of them places. Right, we're going to do the most amazing transition you've ever seen here live on Twitch and YouTube. YouTube funding. I nearly said it wrong. Stunning 4K, not funning Store K.
Hello there.
And now we'll come over here. Hello again, it's me from this side of the house, and I'm pressing buttons. Speaking of house, we're very close to buying a house, so that's going to be all sorts of crack. I'll keep you up to date when I'm doing that. Could you imagine, right? Jesus, what does that button do? Anyway, let me see. Driving to Rhode Island, take the Skoda. That could work, right? I mean, we could take the Skoda. Right, so before we get going, let us check in with our beloved Navigraph. And here we go. So we're on the ground over here at Bryce, and from Bryce Canyon, we're going to head over to Cedar City. Then it's down to St. George, rambling across to Mesquite. See, I pronounced it right. Then it's over here to Perkins, Overton Perkins. Then we head down south, and this is all kind of very nice looking scenery here, right? And it's down to Temple Bar, Uniform 30, and then it's down into Las Vegas. And look at the call signs. You have Irish, and Temple Bar. I mean, like, right, I've always said it, but Las Vegas, of course, invented by the Irish. Mark says, hi all, listening while I take an FFA flight to Hanover. Oh, nice. We are going up the yard, indeed. Will it be a new Murph Cave? I hope not. Hopefully we're buying where we are. But we'll see. If not, there'll have to be a new Murph Cave. I'll let you guys design it. Mac Vision, welcome in. Many thanks for the follow. And Sir Campsalot, thank you indeed as well for the resub. And for everyone, you're all absolutely brilliant. Thank you all so very much. Also, before we get going, I put an announcement out today. Starting next Monday, the 1st of July, we have a mini-series. And the mini-series will be every Monday. Don't hit your foot, Murph. That really hurt. Oh, Jesus, me foot. Oh, I'm at our bow. We're doing the hang on. English, Murph. Well, it's French. The Tour de France. Yes, we're doing that over the next couple of weeks. Starting on Monday, we're going to go for some vintage aircraft. You know, keep it vintage, right? Murph down, vintage aircraft. Now, time and date. So we're on live Weja, and the time is now set to, that's a little bit early. Let's go for 1920. 1920 hours. It was a great year. The year of the big wind. And many other things. So 1920 is the time of day in which we're going to ramble. The weather here, by the way, is absolutely fantastic. So Bryce Canyon, this is an Orbex scenery, and it's not too bad, right? It's not too bad. Hang on, we'll zoom out here. It's a nice, quaint little, you know, airport. It's very, very nice. Bryce Canyon Airport is the name of this place, and that's where we start off from. Kilo Bravo, Charlie Echo. And it's nice. Steel-toed boots, they're absolutely needed. Murph, will the new house have a new kitchen? I'll take the old one with me. Infidel Fireman, good to see you, man. Hope you're well. I missed you at Expo this year, but hopefully next year you can make it up to Rhode Island. So anyway, this is our scenery for this evening. This is where we're starting off from. Now, we do have the new update from Microsoft Flight Sim, giving us the Las Vegas city update. And I'm also going to see how it behaves with Flight Tampa's Vegas. So if the two of them loaded in, I'm expecting all sorts of Jesus. But sure, listen, we'll see, lads. We'll see how it goes, right? Anyway, it's time to get ourselves up and running here with this aircraft. As I said, it's a superb aircraft, and it's going to be an abnormal crosswind takeoff. So let's see what we can do. So we're going to start getting the aircraft ready to go. So we need to... how do we close that cabin? Isn't it just... Oh, you can't click the key. Right, okay, let's see. So we're going to payload, and we're going to say engine covers, close. Come on now. Uh-oh. Did I break it already? Uh-oh. It really doesn't want to be nice. Oh, look, lads, I'm after breaking it. Does back here work? Oh, yeah, back here works. Right, okay. Now, real weather and time. Real weather and the time is 1920 local, right? That's a problem. I can't close the engine door. I found a bug. There is a bug in the thing with the yoke with the thing. We have a bug, right? Anyway, let's remove the control locks. Wheel covers can go. Pitot covers can go. The engine covers is... That's a problem. Oh, wait, engine covers. No, engine door I'm looking for, you big idiot. How do we fix this? Nose baggage door. I fixed it, lads. We're all right. All right. Oh, did you hear that one? Oh, right. Okay. I didn't break anything at all. In fact, it was all grand. So let me see our options here. We're going with the GTN 750. All these options are looking good. We have our engine stuff. We'll go back to that in a moment when we start warming up this machine here, right? So a bit of familiarization. Let's have a look. I've loaded in 90 gallons of fuel in each engine. So we'll come down to here. And we're going to turn on the beacon. Up you go, you devil. And we can go ahead and power up the battery. Okay, so battery is alive. Let's have a look down here. Make sure our fuel tanks are on. Both left and right are set to on. Put our prop forward. Mixture on the right can be opened. What else we need to do? Pressurization. Not worrying about any of that for the moment. Beacon light and nav lights we'll put on while we're here. Panel lights just to brighten up the show. And it's going to be a start up on the right side engine. So we can open up our little storm window. And we're going to get our tablet back for this, because I like looking at the owl engine visualizer as we do our stuff, right? Let me see now. So if we move this to across here, what do we need to do? So the little... what do we need to do here now? The pre-oiler. Where does that live? Cowls. Oh yeah, here we go. Pre-oiler. So we'll go on the right-hand side. Turn this divel on. Right engine, that's what we want to do. So you can see the pre-oiler pump is spinning, and we can now see oil moving around the engine itself, right? And what livery do you have in the Duke? It's just the default red one. But yeah, Angels 1-5, good to see you. Okay, so consider that pre-oiled. Awesome stuff. And we can turn that off. Our cowl flaps are open. We're going to turn on our fuel booster pumps. Right-hand side coming on. And we're going to exercise the L throttle here, and we're looking for some fuel flow on the systems. Fuel flow is confirmed. It's over 50. That's what we want. Bring it down. Back up again. And we'll crack the throttle open a small bit. Booster can come off, which is here. And next is going to be a start. So we're going to go from off to right, left, both. And we shall say, clear prop. Ah, let's see. Every time you hear that sound, an angel gets its wings. All right, we've got a good start on the right. We're going to increase the RPM here a little bit. Up to about 1,000. Right side generator activate. And we repeat the process with the left-hand side. Scruffy Tam is here. Good to see you, man. The Lord of Socks has graced us with his presence in the realm. You're very welcome in, Scruffy. He says, great job on the creators panel. Not at all. I've always said it. If the people that you're working with on the panel are good people, and in this case, they were brilliant, it makes the job so much easier. Do you know what I mean? But thank you very much. Hope you're well. Right, so we're going to repeat the process now for the left engine. So we're going to put on the left pre-oiler. See the motor spinning. We can increase the mixture. And with the fuel pump coming on, We're going to exercise the owl throttle here. We can see a positive fuel flow on the left side, over 50. That's what we want. Bring her back down. Bring her up again. And that's looking pretty good. Our engine is now pre-oiled. Pre-cooler comes off. Fuel pump comes off. And we go from off, right, left, both. Clear prop. Now let's see. Oh yeah. That's a good start on the left engine. Got our window closed. Nice. So we continue on. Generator comes online. Cowl flaps, we'll leave them open for the moment. We can now put on our, let me see, inverter goes to main and avionics can be activated. We're looking good. Engine's looking good. Fuel flow is looking good. Temperatures and pressures are doing what they need to do. A quick check over on the electrical panel. We can see all systems are now up and running, and we've no circuit breakers sticking out and shouting at us. Cabin, environmental in the cabin, well, we've got to keep an eye on that. We're 30 degrees inside at the moment. We don't want that. That's a little bit warm, so we're going to open up some air conditioning. And keep an eye here on the right side engine. This flap is going to open as we turn on some aircon, right? So let me see. If I go to auto cool, right? Here's a flap starting to open. And that's going to bring up the owl, put the blower on high. That's going to start circulating air all over the cabin, which is what we want, right? West Coast server, we're on the Southeast Asian server. Well, that was close. Decided to move sim to new drive, and it's just finished. Oh, nice retriever, Neil. Muse fan, thank you very much. Gifting a tier 1 sub to the very wonderful Scruffy Tam. Thank you very much indeed, Muse. Very kind of you, my dude. But yes, Dread Metis, good to see you, Dread. Hope you're well. Right, okay, I think we're looking good here. So temperature is still at 30 degrees, but that should start bringing itself down. We have it on auto cool, and that'll sort itself out here now in a moment. With regards to the tablet, we can move this guy back across. And a couple of last checks before we go. So the engine, well, the cabin is a little bit warm. That'll cool down. Electrics are looking good. Engines are looking all right. And payload and all that jazz are good. So we can drop that down. We're finished with that. And we'll continue on with the rest of our flows. So we'll get our pitot heat and stall and pitot heats on the right side on. Prop heat we don't need. Pitch trim, going to turn that divel on. Gyro is looking good. Prop sync not needed at this stage. Our cabin altitude, we're not going to be flying terribly high today, nothing above 10,000 feet. We'll probably dip ourselves into the canyon. I do need to reset my local baro. It's giving us 30.16 inches of mercury, or 1021 hectopascals, and if I hit the D key it's going to re-zero. And what else we need to do, make sure that our whatchamacallit, our what's it called now? The compass is unslaved and doing its thing, which is looking grand. What else do we have here? So the autopilot unit, we're going to test this divel. We'll turn on the master switch. And what we're looking for here is on our heading mode. If we go now, there's left working. Let's spin it over to the right side. Right is working. That's looking good. And we'll bring it back into the 0 position, just so we know that all the servos are working with our autopilot system. Sweet. Autopilot system comes off. We can hear the audio bell telling us the autopilot is coming off. Now, Rico and beacon light, that's what we want. Taxi light can come on. Internal lights are looking good. Pilot air, all this stuff is fairly okay. What else do we need to do here, lads? Oh yeah, we're going to start putting in our flight plan as the engine warms up. It won't take too long to warm up, mind you. I have too much stuff turned on up here as well. Hello, Flo. We'll turn off the top bar because I keep hitting the mouse off it. There we go. So let's go into our flight plan and we're going to start putting in. So it can see Bryce Canyon. Next stop then is going to be, let me see, KCDC, Cedar City. After Cedar City, we're going to go over to KSGU, St. George. Oh no, wait, hang on, balls, that's wrong. Dude, KSGU. Yeah, that's all wrong. So, delete. Let's start again. Origin, KBCE. Destination is Harry Reid. Used to be called McCarran. Right, and now our en route waypoints: KCDC, Cedar City. Next up then is St. George at KSGU, Kilo Sierra Golf Uniform. After there, it's going to be over to 67 Lima. Mesquite. And after Mesquite, scroll down the road. It's going to be over to Uniform 08. Perkins. And after Perkins, it's going to be over to Temple Bar Uniform 30. That looks good to me. Let's go back, open the map. Let's make sure that the route matches what we're looking at, which it does. We're looking good. Now, in terms of the Veja, let's go in and have a look at some information. So, the weather radar is here. If you go back here, Murphy, and go into waypoint info, let us look at the airport. Let's look at the weather data. So, we can see here, this is our destination at McCarran. Or it's actually Harry Reid. Let me see. So wind is quite windy. It's Jesus, Christ, it's very windy. So 190 at 13 knots, gusting to 23. Nothing wrong with that. Let's put in Bryce where we're taking off. KBCE. And let's see if we can get some weather data for here. We have. So, let me see. 28th first. Winds are 200 at 19. Gusting 27. It's proper windy here. Visibility is good. Scattered clouds at 9,000. Temperature 26. Dew point 6. Altimeter 3016. And it's terribly windy. But that's okay. That's okay. Right. In our course deviation indicator, keep that onto GPS. I'm going to put the terrain on here on the underside. And this little gadget, let me see, engine is good, 1 active failure. What's the failure? Jesus, how do we figure out what failed? That's a good one, isn't it? I'm sure the tablet would tell us. Active failure. Well, can we look at it? Oh, there we go. There we go. Our carbon dioxide detector. Jesus, Duncan Smith would have a freak over that. Look. It's dead. Carbon monoxide is a silent killer. Right, that's shagged. We better fix that. You don't want to go flying without it. Reset. Now let's test you. There we go. Green light. Yes. Okay. Jesus, that's odd. That never failed to me before. But that's what I love about this aircraft. Anything that has, you know, state saving, it's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Right, okay, in terms of our lights, we're looking good. 1 notch A of the flap A. And, yeah, so the wind here is absolutely atrocious. We're going to go for takeoff on runway 21. That's the plan. Vazali, welcome in. Evening, Murph. Have you seen the Windwing team in Vegas? I did. Exciting stuff. Did you make some wind in the cabin to make that fail? I don't know, actually. It's a good question. Right, okay, we're looking good. So what I'm going to do here, lads, I'm going to turn on our multiplayer. We are live on the Southeast Asian server. If you've never done a group flight before, well, come on in. It's great fun, right? They did a main instrument panel for the A320. Yeah, dude, the stuff they have is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So, off the brakes. Small bit of power. There's a roll. Test the brakes. Brakes are working. We're looking good. And we'll dial in about 5,000 feet altitude. That's what we want starting us off. A bit of Toby eye on here while we're waiting. Park the bus here, Murph. Go ahead and turn on our transponder. There's all our folks down there on the left-hand side. You're looking good. And in terms of me, I think I have to back taxi here, don't I? There's no little taxiway down. No, I'll have to back taxi. No, I can taxi down to the left, Murph. Taxi down to the left. Right, so yeah, let's go altitude reporting. And let's ramble on. Autopilot off. Just make sure that's okay. Turning here to the left. Let's ramble on down. Look at the amount of people we have. This is fantastic. Just going to turn off the name tags here just for a moment as we taxi on out. We're going to keep the air conditioning on for the moment. Cabin temperature has dropped. We're now at 27. And well, before we take off, we will want to close that, right? 5,000 feet target altitude. Check your altimeter. Yeah, I meant 10,000. Oh, wait, Jesus, are we going to need oxygen then? No, we're all right. Yeah, you passed the test. Well done, lads. I meant 5,000 feet above ground level. Yeah, that's...
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit.
You'll see some serious, right? Oh, Jesus, look at that livery. What is that? That's beautiful. A Learjet 35. I don't think I've ever seen that livery before. Right, we continue to taxi. All is looking good. Flaps are set for approach. Yes. We're in the Annalisa chair. Look at the state of this. This is where Annalisa sits. Yeah, we're looking good. Very comfortable machine, this. It looks comfortable, doesn't it? So, the Owl Duke. This is a phenomenal aircraft. Phenomenal. If you've never flown in the Duke before, I highly advise you getting it. I prefer the piston Duke. I prefer it a bit more so than the turbo. But, yeah. Right, so aircon. Let's close this gadget for the moment. Let's have a look. That flap is now closing. And you can hear the blower coming offline. When you have air conditioning on, you're putting considerable pressure on the engine and your electrics and all this sort of jazz. Not to mention the parasitic drag that your aircraft's going to have as you try and take off. There's a good chance you break the flap because the angle is going to change so much. But once you take off, we can open it up again. Once we get about 2,000 or 3,000 feet off the ground, temperature starts dropping fairly quick as well. So at the moment, we'll just tip along doing what we're doing. Outside air temperature, it's about 30 degrees. We can see that here on our little gauge. So that's about 30 degrees. You also have, if you listen carefully, you can actually tap your instruments. Listen. Isn't that the cat's meow? Oh, there's the terrible long pause. And the idea behind this is your instruments can fail. So when you click on them, you actually see the needles move around. It's all simulated. It's absolutely class, lads. Absolutely class. This route that we're flying, I cannot wait to do this exact route once again when Flight Sim 2024 drops, because, to be honest, you know, I'm really looking forward to what they're going to be doing with all these ground textures, right? As nice as they look now, said plane just flies through us, Jesus. As nice as everything looks now, can you imagine when, like, you know, you've the new ground textures? Like, won't they look absolutely incredible? So yeah, really looking forward to that. Sounds significantly better than a meow. It does. Jesus, I wouldn't like to share the bed with you lot. You'd have you on the ground. It's a long old taxiway. It is. It is. Imagine that we're going to need a NASA PC to stream on it. Well, hey, Dakey is here. Good to see you, Dakey. Blitz is in the house. Welcome aboard. We got a good few people here. Wow, look at all this. Look at the state of this. Deadly. Tons of people for our group flight this evening, and I very much appreciate all you guys hanging out on this Friday. It's their first group flight since, you know, before the other place. Gibbo! Just got a call from Mr. Two-Tone, something about your clothes being all out in the front garden. Oh, Gibbo, can I live on your couch? I'll bring an air freshener this time, I promise. I won't leave the... Right. Very happy Friday to you, Gibbo. Hope you're well, my dude. I didn't get an email on the confirmation of the other thing yet, so it's still where it is. But as soon as, you know... Dakey has a new house. So happy. Oh, I'm delighted for you, Dakey. Well done, man. You might have to share the bed if a certain picture comes up again. Shh, shh. Say nothing, say nothing. What? Nothing, nothing. What are you talking about? No, nothing.
Oh, your new picture.
Yeah. See, when you text Gibbo to say all my clothes are on the front lawn? No? Don't throw my clothes on the front lawn. There's ants out there. Bye! Send help! Send help! Muse! There's some things that are funny and cool, but then there's other stuff that just isn't. You can't see it. She can see it. There's nothing to mind it at all. No. That's advertising. Your name here. They paid me $27,000 for that. Yeah.
Oh, so that means like I can actually get my new kitchen.
Oh, Jesus. No! Why'd you have to bring the kitchen into this thing? Musefan thinks it's pretty cool. Musefan, you think a lot of things are pretty cool. Oh, the ants will wear your clothes, right? There's ants out in the garden. The front garden, that is. Here, borrow the big shovel. Come on, Epic Fool, how are you? You see, Epic Fool gets it. Now I'm going to dig my face out. No, wait, my hands out with my face. Yes. Right, I'm on the... Don't mind me, lads, I'm taking a shortcut. After the stream, Murph is going to the hardware store to buy parts. Right? Do I have sim effects? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah. There will literally be ants in your pants, right? Retriever Neil says, I'm sure there's plenty of us that'll put you up for a night or two. You're back in the will, Neil. You're back in the will. Holy crap, the amount of people. Jesus, we're not going to get room here edgewise. Look at the state of that livery on that King Air. And an F-16. And an FSR 500. This is absolutely class looking. Jesus, how many people are here tonight? This is busy.
Someone's going to put you up for a night or two.
Someone's going to put me up for a night or two, yeah.
Oh, you need about 6 months for me to, like, get over that. So, I need somewhere to stay for 6 months. And I want a new kitchen.
Listen.
So,
Office hours are Monday to Friday between 8 and a minute past. And when you ring, make sure you press extension 7. We need to watch the part back. It was so funny. Murph looks at your woman and says, "So you fly yourself?" She says, "Yeah." I'm convinced he then stumbled. Must have gone weak.
yeah, you did.
I was like a rabbit in the headlights.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they were like...
all the pretty things.
I thought they were like me. You know, I'm just brought to places, you know, to make it look nicer. That's what I thought they were there for, you know. They weren't. They're actual pilots.
Oh, let's go to Flight Sim Expo and stare at the beautiful women.
I didn't stare at the beautiful women. I didn't stare at all.
You had to talk to them. Out of all the people at Expo, you
Listen,
had to
right.
talk to the nice looking women.
No, I spoke to everyone at Expo. I even spoke to the ugly women. Wait, what? Hang on. Can't say that out loud, but I spoke to everyone. I spoke to men and women. I don't discriminate.
And you brought me back a keyring.
And chocolates. And keyring or magnets. Will you stop pressing that button? Jesus! Don't mind them at all. Don't mind them at all, right? It'd be grand. Will you buy one of those suits though? Even the cat is looking at me going, "You feckin' idiot, you. You're going to be living outside more than I am." Right, where are we at? Hans Gruber Jr.'s here. Good evening. Right, we need to get going here, lads. What were we doing? We were looking at... Oh, Jesus. We were looking at the effects of the Chinook. Yes, there's kind of smoky particle effects. Yes, right. We need to get out of here. It's not safe anymore. Later that day, Murphy wondered how he ended up in the doghouse, considering we don't have a dog. Oh wait, do we need to be careful here at density altitude before we go? I think we do, lads. I think we do. Function. Density altitude 10,500 feet. Mother of Jesus, we're going to need a lot of performance to get us off the ground. Right, so we're using 1 notch of flaps, right? Right, lads, go on, get up the yard. Yup, and yup, you it. On the lay, arriva. Yup, go on now with that. Don't wait for me. It's going to take me a while to get off the runway. The car is ready to take her cushion to sleep at, right? Now, the fact that we're at 10,000 feet, I wonder, do I need to adjust me mixture? It's 32 degrees inside in the cabin here as well. Right, let's lower this back a smidgen. Increase the RPMage. Easy. Look at the imbalance between both engines. That's super interesting. Right, mags. There's a drop. There's the drop. Left. There's a drop. There's a drop. Cycle the prop. Drop in RPM. Back to both. Increase in manifold pressure. Drop the prop. Decrease in fuel flow. Right, lads, we're going for it. Let's see what happens. It'll either be great or really great. Okay. Holding the brakes, power in. 3,000 RPM, 2,500 manifold, brakes off. Takeoff power set, speed alive, Jesus the wind. You're up the yard. Oh, look at the speed, right there's 60. There's almost 80, we're at 80. There's 90, we're getting light now. Yep, see Daisy. Up you Tivolia. Positive rate of climb. And indicating. Gear up. Looking good. There's 100 knots. Flaps in. Oh, it's proper windy, isn't it? This is proper windy. Vasali, the turbo versus the piston. The turbo is using a turboprop. The piston is using a conventional piston engine. The turboprop has a lot more oomph, a lot more power, but it uses an awful lot more fuel. Okay, decent climb. Manifold pressure, bring it back to 40. RPMage, bring it back to about 27. And try and calm it all down, lads. Get our trim set right. 31 degrees, got the aircon open. That will add a little bit of drag, but nothing to worry about. Start a left-hand turn here. Yes. We're looking good. We're looking very good. I won't even say it. Let's just see what happens. I won't even talk. I'll just do the thing. I'll say nothing. Let's see if you know what to do. This would be hilarious if you do. Hello, Fireflies. Welcome to the Flying Circus. We live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1900 Zulu time. Right here. Yeah, baby.
Hello there.
Squirrel, you're very welcome aboard. D Jing is in the house. Very happy Friday. Right, brilliant. So what we do, Xbox pilots are invited to press 1, PC pilots are invited to press 2, and everyone else who has lost their direction in life, press number 3, and we'll try and put you back on the straight and narrow. Do you know? Fire 10, good to see you. And welcome in, everyone. Hope you're having a great Friday. Welcome to the weekend, right? Now, let's get ourselves on course here at our lovely 12,000 feet, which is nuts. Bring it down here a small little bit, Murphy. Re-trim ourselves out. There's stuff happening. Steve, thank you very much indeed for subscribing on YouTube. Right, let's go 10.5, right? Autopilot, select. Oh, Jesus, where's your heading? Oh, Jesus, Murphy. Easy now, don't panic. Right, we'll go heading mode and vertical speed mode. Come in here now, you devil you. So we're going to call it attitude, and we're going to go down the arrow a couple of clicks. Yes. No, you're not liking that. Attitude, down arrow. No. Altitude, attitude, down the arrow. Why isn't that working? Oh, you have to click it. Right, okay. Right, so we're going to start descending now. Watch that speed. We don't go too fast. Go ahead and bring down the speed a little bit. 12,000. Watch your angle of attack, Murphy. Bring her up. There we go. So we're going to aim for 10,500 feet. And so far, so good. Speed now 180 knots. We'll dial back the power a bit. Bring our RPM back to about 2,500. Easy. Easy. Okay, 2,500 set. Manifold pressure 2,500. We're aiming here for 10,500. It should level out itself. We're on the magenta line, so we're going to go to nav mode. Out of heading. Small bank to our left. We're looking good. Cabin temperature is now at 20 degrees. The aircon is doing what it needs to do. Altitude shall now hold. We're going to start leveling off at 10,500. Our speed will drop from about 200. I reckon about 170, give or take. That's what it should do. How did we get up to so many viewers? I don't know. 42 on the PC, 4 on console. So yes, if you've just joined us, you're all very welcome in. It's me, your man with a face. And well, we're streaming live here on Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is a group flight. If you'd like to join us, all you need to do is select the Southeast Asian server. Come on in and fly. Don't worry about your skill level. I'm a complete and utter idiot, and I can kind of manage it. So just jump on in and fly with us. Right, keep an eye on that speed. About 160 is what we're getting. Again, density altitude is playing a bit of crack here. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? The amount of people, look. MB339s, we have King Airs with us. There's Renoir, I think that's Wombat beside me. F-16s and A-10. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right, so at this stage, we need to kind of keep an eye on all our instruments. And I don't mean the RPM. I want you up at 2500. Easy does it. There we go. Manifold pressure is looking good. Oil temperature, both engines is good. Let me see. Pressure is looking good, and our cylinder head temperature is looking good. Our turbine air temperature is well within limits. So what we could do, now I know it's quite warm, but what we could do is start closing off our cowl flaps, because again they're adding whatchamacallit, drag, right? And that's all modeled in the sim. Like it knows what drag is. And then once we kind of get these closed off, we'll get our engines leaned for the best economical fuel flow. Squirrel says, I do have an actual question if anyone can answer. I'm getting back into flight sim. I want to download a Cherokee or a 172 without a glass cockpit. That's hyper realistic that I can practice for actual pilot training. Squirrel, the WB Sim 172 is probably the best Cessna, right? However, for pilot training, I would highly, highly recommend A2A's AccuSim Comanche, because they've included their own turbulence, there's physics, there's a whole load of stuff going on there, and it is that of a study level simulation. It has failures, wear and tears, it has a full walk around mode, it has a host of avionic options. Certainly, you know, it's pricey-ish considering it's a general aviation aircraft, but to this day it stands as one of the best, and you have steam gauges. It's incredible. So yeah, the WB Sim, that's priced fairly well, and it's an excellent simulation of a Cessna 172. Chances are you'll be learning a 172, but the Comanche is a PA-24, very, very, very similar to what you find in a Warrior. Very similar. Look at this, lads. This is fantastic. Look, there's Toto above us. Right, okay, so 140 knots, a little bit on the shallow side. Let's bring up the speed now. Let's go 30 on our manifold pressure. Get our speed up to about 160. And as we've done this, well, let's go off and find our lean. So, lean, rich of peak. So let's go on the right engine, start dropping her back. We're going to wait to find a peak. So we're getting close. We're getting very close. There's a little orange light on. We've peaked. And we'll go back to rich. We're going to do the same now on the left engine. Start bringing out the mixture. We're getting close. Easy. She hasn't peaked yet. There's a peak. And bring her back. Slightly richer peak. Now we can go ahead and sync the props. That's looking good. Come back over here to all our lights so we can disengage our taxi light. Landing lights are off. Oops. Don't worry about that. Everything else is fine and dandy. Cabin temperature 15 degrees. We can go ahead and close the old aircon. So our little flap here on the right hand side, that's going to close down. And we just monitor things as we're at a fairly okay-ish altitude, but it's going to be relatively cooler. Now the good news is our first leg, this is a very, very short leg. It's only 45 nautical miles. We're on a heading of 259 degrees. And well, the wind is absolutely bashing us about 24 knots off our left hand side, but it's fine. What does the peak gauge actually does? So it identifies, when you start leaning the mixture, it'll identify what cylinder is at its absolute peak. Now, these are still flashing to say these are at their maximum temperature. It's measuring the exhaust gas temperature. And the idea behind that is, when you have that running as hot as possible, it means that you're giving it the least amount of fuel. Now, you can lean your mixture, or you can enrich it. If you enrich it, it means you're going to have more fuel going in there. More fuel means your performance in terms of speed, that's going to be a lot faster. But the negative impact is, well, you're going to burn your fuel much faster. If you lean your mixture, as in reduce the amount of fuel to air ratio, it means that the engine will run hotter because there's more air in it, right? And the air gets hot going through the engine, but it means you're using less fuel. That'll give you far greater performance and endurance when it comes to how far you can fly. So there's always a nice balance between them. You can be rich of the peak, or you can be lean of the peak. The peak is when it reaches its maximum temperature. Any higher than that, you're going to potentially cause damage to the exhaust manifold and all this sort of jazz. But the whole thing is fully simulated. When you're in a real world aircraft, even a Cessna, depending on your altitude, you would be leaning that consistently to give you the best fuel. On this aircraft, we can see our fuel flow here. We're burning about 11 gallons of fuel per hour. And we've 2 engines. So we're burning 22 gallons of fuel for every hour we are in the sky. Now, bearing in mind, I've loaded each wing, our main fuel tanks, with 90 gallons on each wing. So if we have a look in our payload, 95 gallons, so we're down to 90 in both, or 542 pounds. In 1 hour time, these will drop by 11 gallons if we remain with this power. Right? Musefan reckons we need another few hundred feet. I'm looking at the old horizon there. Yeah, it's looking a bit dodge. Now, we've a couple of tools here to help us along with our terrain. I've my terrain turned on. Black, you can't see anything. You've no factor. Green, you have terrain. Orange, caution. Red, danger. So we need to climb. So we're going to have to climb. So we're going to change our altitude. We're going to go to 11.5. In actual fact, we're going to go to 12.5 because we're heading west. So 12.5 is set. And now we're going to go down to our attitude, and we're going to pitch up 5 clicks. That should give us a 500 feet per minute climb. Up you go, you devil. That's a lot more than what I wanted. Easy now. Easy. Easy. Alright, so there's roughly 500. Keep an eye on your speed as you're doing this. Come on, plane. Climb. You want to climb? Up you get, you devil. There we go. So she's climbing now, and we're going to try and clear this terrain ahead of us. So we're climbing at around 500 feet per minute. Our airspeed will start to drop off, but we're quite okay. Once it doesn't go anywhere lower than 120, it's not going to have a big impact on us. So we're climbing now to 12,500 feet, and everything else here so far looking good. Temperatures and pressures, everything are still well within the green bars, right? Cylinder head temperature has come up. But again, keep an eye on that. 160 is fairly okay. Anything higher, we're in trouble. Cabin temperature still coming down a bit. And we have our aircon turned off. The blower is on low. And this is purely a game of just monitoring everything, right? Yeah, 100%, Roy, 100%. So when you're looking at the engines here, let's go in and look at the visualizer, right? So to identify what's going on the very left-hand side, each of these are your cylinders, right? These are your cylinders, and your pistons are moving up and down, up and down, up and down. And you can't see that they look like they're solid colors. They're actually moving so fast, right? And this is your conventional 4-stroke. It's a 4-stroke engine, meaning that you'll have fuel, you'll have ignition. Sorry, you'll have fuel, close, air, close, ignition, close, exhaust. Fuel, air, ignition, exhaust. That's the 4 strokes. And that's happening multiple times every second. In fact, the engine is doing a full revolution of all movements at a rate of about 2,500 times per minute. Rate per minute, yeah? So revolutions per minute, that's what that means, right? So we've now just passed 11.5. We're on our way up to 12.5. You'll notice here on our terrain, the danger area is gone, and we'll continue to climb over that. We're only about 13 or 14 miles away from our first stop, 15 miles to be exact, so we'll keep an eye on things here. As we're looking on the outside, well, this is the cylinder temperature we can keep an eye on, and also the exhaust, right? You can see the airflow coming in, which is blue. Next to the blue and the red, these are your spark plugs, and they do have small little indicators on them. So you can see the outer side of the engine is cooler than the inside of the engine, and there's a reason for that. If you look at the location of the engine, well, more air is going to be here on the side. On this area here, there's less room for the air to kind of get out and just dissipate. So you know what I mean? So that's all simulated. If we have a look at the right engine, it'll be opposite. which it is. The right side of the engine is cooler, the left side is hotter. All right. Adam B. Twitch, good to see you, man. Now, engine condition is looking good. I've closed the cowl flaps. So the cowl flaps will help with bringing the temperature down a little bit. They're just like a little trap door that opens so the air can escape, the hot air can escape. But we're still well within temperatures. Now, if we wanted to, we can open the cowl flaps. So we'll do that for the crank, right? So let's see. We're going to start opening them. And you can see the cowl flaps starting to move. See it up there, just up here? See the way that's now slowly but surely starting to open? And when we look on the outside of the aircraft, well, here's the cowl flaps moving now. They're opening up beside the exhaust. So we're going to wait for these guys to be fully open. They're now fully open, right? And this will have a direct impact on the overall temperature of the aircraft and our engines, right? Now, you can also see another couple of things here as well. We can see our intercooler, how it's going. We can see our fuel flow coming in. And then you can see, they call it, the wastegate, effectively exhaust coming out. Now, cylinders, plugs, starter. These guys here, they're your mags, right? What else do we have here now? That's your starter motor. That there's your generator. So if we turn off the generator, this is the right engine. I'll turn off the generator. Think of it like an alternator on your car. So when your engine is running, there's a belt spinning, and that's recharging the battery, right? The generator is doing pretty much the same thing. So I've turned off the generator, meaning that the battery is now being drained, right? Now, there's an amp meter here somewhere. Where's the amp meter? There should be an amp meter. So see the volts here, and you can see the amps here. And see the load. This is most important, right? So the load is on the left generator, it's at 0 because I just turned it off. That's now going to be draining our battery. Draining our battery. When I turn back on the generator, right? So I'll come back over here, turn on the generator. Generator's back online. 25 amps at 28.5 volts. You can see now that the volts have come live on this side, and the load has, it's sharing the load on equal sides, right? On equal sides. And then with the ampemeter, you'll see that the battery is either recharging or discharging, depending on what way we're doing it. But this is all fully modeled. And what's cool about this is this tablet that you can see here, it's the very same with A2A. The entire engine and the electrical systems, they're fully simulated because you don't just hop in your plane and fly. Do you know what I mean? Now, Cedar City Regional Airport. Well, we could probably go for a landing here on runway 26, which is pretty much dead ahead. So a couple of things need to start happening. Autopilot needs to be disengaged. We're going to bring our power back all the way. That little bell we're getting is the gear horn to say, hey, you're doing a thing. I don't think I can turn off that little alarm. I don't think so. We won't worry about it for the moment. Now, we are far too high and far too fast. This is usually an issue that, catches a lot of sim pilots out, right? You're going to try and do something mad and silly. Take your time. When you're trying to land, take your time. Assidious, good to see you. So we're going too fast. There's no way we're going to be able to descend without putting ourselves in danger, right? Now, looking at the RPM, we can add more drag by increasing our prop. Increase the prop. That will help slow us down, right? But what we're going to do, we're going to make a right turn. And we're just going to head out the way. Give ourselves a bit of a space. Wind is straight down at 20. Okay, so we're going to use runway 20. Thanks for that, 6 knots. So I'm now rambling over to the right hand side, and you'll see the difficulty the aircraft has because, well, the wind is throwing us for 6, right? This is going to give us a tailwind now as we turn, so the wind is actually pushing us. So you need to be very, very careful because we think we can turn here quite easily, but we actually can't. The wind is pushing us so much, it's accelerating our turn rate, meaning we can't turn as sharp. Now, on the flip side of that, we're going to lose an awful lot of speed when we turn back into the wing or into the wind. But you'll see all that here now in a moment, right? So we're pretty much on an extended downwind here now for runway 20. It's actually out our window here now. So if we turn on a bit of Tobii eye, there's that beautiful MB339 there. So if we straighten up and try and look behind us, now where am I going? This way. We'll see the runway there. Once the runway is roughly 45 degrees over our left shoulder, we're parallel, we're in line, and then we're going to start a turn, right? All the while we're descending here, we're losing altitude along the way. Now, another couple of things we need to do, because we are descending and we're planning to land, Prop sync comes off. Mixture goes rich. And we get our landing lights on. This is where, it's called bum fist. This is where you do all your checks. Brakes, undercarriage, and so on and so forth. Hey, ailerons is here. The him. Power tools. Yes, another home improvement project. Oh, Jesus. Iowa Scotsman is here. Good evening. Hope you're well. Okay, so the beeping, that's just a reminder to the pilot to say, hey, you know, your power is set to idle. You got to be careful. So our speed is now 120 knots. I've brought in a small bit of power. And from here, we're going to start a relatively sharpish left turn. And the reason why it's sharp, because we're now fighting against the wind. It's going to take us a lot longer to turn, right? Hey, Shirley Dev, good to see you. So see how hard it is for the airplane to turn. We're getting pushed miles down trying to turn because we're getting the full brunt of the wind now. All 20 odd knots of it, right? But we continue our turn. Our speed is looking good at 120. If we really wanted to help ourselves out here, we could go for 1 notch of flaps. And that's what we'll do. So 1 notch of flaps coming in. Disappear the name flag so I can get, or the nameplate so I can see a clearer idea of the runway. But look how far off the runway we are. Look at the difference that the wind is making. Look at the angle of the runway. We're miles off. Even though we were perfectly parallel to it. So monitor our speed. We have a notch of flaps there. And we're just going to get ourselves realigned with the runway. You have to be careful though, because we're flying directly into the wind. We're indicating 110. However, we're only doing about 105 over the ground. Because we're flying against the wind. So these are all things you need to take into consideration. Also, maintain your power and your vertical speed. Now, as we approach, we're going to go full prop. And we're going to bring that manifold pressure up to about 15. And we're visual. We don't need to worry about our instruments. We're going to land this visually. So we got ourselves straightened up here. We got a ton of people flying with us, which is absolutely incredible. Speed is hovering around 100 knots. It's a little bit too close for comfort. We're going to increase our RPM and manifold pressure. About 110 is what I want. Because as we drop the landing gear, that's going to have a huge impact on the on our drag. Air conditioning is turned off. Drop the gear. Gear is coming down. 3 green lights letting us know that the landing gear is now down and locked. And even though I've increased our power, our airspeed has dropped back once again. So we'll add in a small bit of power here. So with A2A, only buy the Comanche for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Everything else are for other simulators. A2A only have the Comanche available so far for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So as we approach the runway, to the immediate right-hand side of the runway, right at the start, you have 4 lights. What we're looking for here is 2 red and 2 white. They're called PAPI lights. If you have 1 red and 3 white, it means you're slightly high. If you have 3 red and 1 white, you're slightly low. If you have 4 white, you're too high, and 4 red, you're too low. So you want to get it halfway, 2 and 2, right? That's what we're aiming for. Also, you want to align your nose to the start of the runway as best you can, but as soon as you get your aircraft lined up, draw your attention to the end of the runway. You glance way ahead. It's just like driving a car. When you're driving, you don't look just over the hood or at the bonnet. You're looking further on. You're scanning what's down ahead of you. That'll help you with your precision of keeping it on the center line. That's the theory. So from here on in, it's all about speed management. I am a little bit high. The pappies are not happy, but we'll watch our descent as we come in here. There's the pappies coming back on. A lot of the time, these are designed for like a 3-degree descent. You know what I mean? We're visual. We know what we're doing. Speed is looking good. The wind is absolutely causing a bit of a challenge, but we'll see what we can do. Our rate of descent is about 500 feet per minute. Any more than that, and it's kind of dodge territory. We have our aiming point, which is the 2 big white bars, and then we'll have our touchdown zone. So as we approach, hold the nose. We cut our power, and now we flare. And you're flaring to keep the wing at the highest angle you can get, and that's going to give you, hopefully, a safe-ish kind of a landing. 250, a little bit hard, but you don't need to grease it on every single landing. You're trying to get precision. And it's only once you start, okay, this is where I want to land on the runway. It's only after you start doing that, then you start getting kind of fancy with your landings. So student pilots are known for it, not having the smoothest of landings, but that's quite okay. Because, well, you have to practice. It's all about getting your touchdown zone right. And that's the challenge. If you can nail your touchdown zone, if you're, you know, accurately getting to your touchdown zone, ignore the landing rate, just get to your touchdown zone and you keep practicing that, it becomes second nature to you. And then you can really kind of start flexing, going in for really gentle landings. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to taxi down here a little bit further.
Hello there.
As we're on the ground, temperature's going to pick up fairly quick. We're already at 21 degrees. Let's open our air conditioning. RGB. Cowl flaps are already open. And we could reduce our mixture while we're on the ground here now. Not to... we don't want to spoil or foul the spark plugs. That'll give us all sorts of problems. That's going to allow carbon build up in the plugs. The plugs now won't be able to spark as fast or as efficiently as they should. And then you have to clean them. Now you can clean them by using the engine. You basically remove as much fuel as you can from the mixture and you go high on your revs. Get them RPM up there. So effectively you're burning the carbon off them. That can happen. You often hear a backfire, right? Because that's just carbon out the exhaust. But yeah, you have all these options. So we're going to taxi back in here, mind the F-16, and we're going to taxi back out to where it is we stopped. Now at this stage, because this is a quick stop, you know, usually you taxi in to the ramp, you'd give it a full engine shutdown. You've already done your walk around of the aircraft prior to your flight, but you give it a quick visual inspection and you're checking the main components. You're looking at the landing gear, you're looking for any damages picked up by bugs or birds or all that jazz, and then you're checking your fuel. And depending on the temperature, I mean, if you fly early morning when it's cooler and you go hot in the day, that's fairly okay. If you go when it's hot in the day and you land at nighttime when it's cooler, you got to watch out for vapor in your fuel. It can happen. I like to pop all the tires when I land. It's kind of a celebration. I love it. Love it. There's some aircraft, I've been mad to fly the J3 Cub because you can actually break the landing gear on it's like you can actually break the landing gear. How friggin' deadly is that, right? Lots of fun. So again, before we take off, it's going to be a quick check on all our temperatures and our pressures, making sure everything's absolutely wonderful. Our next leg, very similar, it's 44 nautical miles. And we follow the train back out to runway 20. And the time of day I have it set, there's the sun. This will be setting just as it'll probably be set by the time we get into Vegas. But it's quite warm, like on the ground here now, it's over 30 degrees. We have our air conditioning unit working. It's already at 26 degrees. It's hot. Now, if we were to open the window, we actually have colder air in the cabin than there is outside. So if I open the window, that's hot air coming in. I would expect to see this guy rise a little bit. Highly unlikely it'll drop because, well, outside air temperature is much hotter than what we have in here. It's just like your car. It's very same. Do you know, you have your aircon on, someone opens the window, close the window. See the way it's gone up to 27 degrees? That's because the window is open. Isn't that cool? Like, that's all modeled in this aircraft. I love that. It's a really great touch. So we'll close the window because now we're just wasting energy. It's mad, isn't it? Mr. Dan wasn't too happy with the landing. Well, any landing you can walk away from, lie about it and say it was wonderful. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so again, we're going to look for 12,500 feet. And we got ourselves lined up here onto the active. Transponder is still transponding. That's what we want. Cedar City is out to our right-hand side, just off the right wing. And we're going to prepare ourselves for another departure. Right. So as we're approaching the active, go ahead and get our landing lights on. Good. Our mixtures now can go back to fully rich. Bring the RPM up a little bit so we don't foul them. Ideally 1,000 RPM, that's where you want it to be at. Muse is getting serious stores, Jesus. Set barrow, different pressure over mountains. Indeed. Reset the barrow. We're now reading 29908. That's according to the METAR conditions here. Now, in an aircraft, if I'm flying in an aircraft and there's two altimeters, I always set one for the barrow and one for altitude over the surface. Super handy, especially when you're doing circuits. But anyway, we will set one notch of flaps for takeoff. Let's check in on our density altitude. So our current altitude, our real altitude is 5,600. But because we're high up and it's very hot, 32 degrees, it's giving us a density altitude of over 8,000 feet. How that works is, because it's so hot, there's less air. There's less density in the air, density altitude, meaning that the aircraft is going to perform as if it were at this 8,888 feet. And that's always something to be very careful of. Your aircraft is going to have its absolute peak of performance at ground level, at sea level. That's when the engines are most powerful, best for cooling, most efficient. The higher you go up, well, the less dense the air is, meaning your engines have to work an awful lot harder. And this is where your mixtures come in. Now, if you're in the turbine, you don't need to worry about mixture. It looks after it all itself. But for this aircraft, we have to look after it because it's piston driven. We're in charge of how much air and fuel enters into the chamber. So I think we're okay. There's only 3,000 feet of the difference. It's not going to be a big hoorah. So before we get going here, we're going to close up our AC, because that's just adding in drag that we don't need. It's 26 degrees on the ground. We're going to resync our heading, get our autopilot kind of set up. There we go. Now, autopilot is set to nav. We'll set him on heading, and then we'll engage the autopilot after takeoff. So with that said, power coming in. RPM is looking good. A little bit of a difference between both engines. We need to check that. Off the brakes, rolling. Full power applied. Keep it on the center line. Airspeed is alive. And we're going to look for about 85 to 90 knots. And the plane should start flying itself. Bearing in mind, we have a savage headwind. So there's 80, 85. Oopsie daisy. And we're flying. Positive rate of climb, we're indicating it on our vertical speed indicator. Bring the gear up. Wait for that red light to extinguish. Gear indicates up. Keep the nose and the canopy on the horizon. That'll give you your best, usually your best pitch. In this case, it's around 1,500 feet per minute. We've passed 500. Bring the flaps in. The nose will drop. And we counter that then just by putting a bit of pressure on the stick, pulling it back. And from here, it's all about getting ourselves trimmed up. Now the good news, the runway heading is pretty much leading us to our next destination. So once I get this trimmed out, I'm going to go ahead and engage the autopilot. Roughly there. Autopilot on. It says heading mode. Let's go to nav mode. And our attitude, right? We need to change our attitude. We're going to bring this guy up. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 clicks. Should give us about 1,000 feet per minute vertical climb. A little bit more. That's good. Temperatures and pressures are high. Our speed is looking good. Manifold pressure, bring it back down to about 40. RPM, bring it back to about 27. Roughly there. Because the last thing you want to do is overstress the engine, right? Okay, we're looking good. Any landing you walk away from, you're a good pilot. I agree. So in theory, at worst, you have one plug per cylinder. Yep. Not only that, but you can actually, you can shut down an engine if you want. And this is where your magnetos come in. Your mags are basically charging what's going on in the background, right? So with your mags, we can bring up the visualizer for this. So let's look at the right engine. We'll add a bit of crack in here, right? Let's say now I drop a mag. So here's your mag indicator. Bring this over here, look. So here's our mag indicator, right? How are we for terrain and stuff? We're all right. Visually, we're good. We're climbing. Airspeed is good. So if I turn off one of the mags on the right side, and this is the right engine, only the left mag is fully functioning. I've turned off one of our mags. And the reason you have two in there, it's for redundancy. Nothing else. It'll work on one mag. But you will see a drop of about 50 RPM. See the way there's now an imbalance on our engines? This little dial up here. So the right engine is running slightly slower than the left because we've turned off the mags. Now if I turn back on the right mag, it's now back to where it belongs, right? Now if I really wanted to, I can kill all the mags on the right engine. This will stop the engine from working. Now I won't do it just yet because I'm climbing, but once we get into the cruise, I'll shut down the right engine, we'll feather the prop, and you'll see then what happens. It's amazing because twin engine aircraft, especially propeller, if you had an engine failure on takeoff, you're kind of shagged. You need to stop. Most engines on twin-engine propeller aircraft, they're not strong enough to get the aircraft airborne. They're more than efficient to keep them flying and get you landed, but you can't take off on one landing. Very few engines can do that. If you're in an airliner, however, if you're in a jet engine, in particular something like, a 777, they only really need one engine. One engine is enough to get that thing off the ground. That gives you an idea of the power that the jet engines have over your propellers. So 2 mags per engine, pure redundancy, only that. Usually, yeah, like you only need 1 mag. The engine only needs 1 mag, but there's 2 in there. They put a second one in there mainly for redundancy. Does efficiency as well. It can technically add a bit more power. You've more of a charge going in. But like if 1 mag fails, you're gone. At least you have another one then as a backup. Hey, Buzzkiller, good to see you. So once we hit our cruise altitude, we'll shut down one of the engines just to see what it looks like, right? Now let's have a quick look over here. So density, altitude, temperature starting to drop. Outside air temperature is now only 12 degrees. It's only 12 degrees at this altitude. It's gone from 30 all the way down, right? Isn't that mad? What does the mag actually do? So your magneto effectively is like an electrical coil, and that's powering, it's sending volts, if you like, into your spark plugs. Think of it as, think of it like a heated coil that's electrified, and it's just constantly sending volts into the spark plugs. The spark plug gets it, and then it creates a spark. The charge, and there's a gap between the head of the spark plug and the curvature. That's usually what fouls. The curvature or burns out. It's sending a current from one bit to the next bit, and because there's a gap, the current has to go somewhere, and you actually get a spark, because the current, you can visually see it jump across to the receiver, and that spark, we use that in aircraft and in cars and whatever else. That's your source of ignition. It's the very same in your gas oven at home, right? So yeah, we're coming up for a cruise. Once we finish our climb, we'll lean out the engines, we'll calm everything down, and we should be good. Well, like, you can't really see what the sparks are doing here. I mean, they're your plugs. See, you can actually see it here. Look, they've modelled it, look. So here's your spark plug put in. This is where the spark happens. See the way you have a small little white dot? See the little dot? And then you have this kind of a half circuity thingy going over it, right? So the charge comes in here. Think of it as a coil. So the voltage goes in here, the current. And when it gets to it's actually called a nipple. When it gets to the nipple, right? Because there's a gap, it'll shoot it or spark it across the way. And that spark, because it's inside the cylinder, right? It creates a explosion because there's fuel and air. All it needs is a spark, explosion. That physically pushes the cylinder head back, right? And these are all controlled by the movements of valves. That's where you hear, how many valves do you have in a car, right? Because the valves open and close, and that's where your 4-stroke engine comes in. A lawnmower, for example, yeah, go out and cut the grass, Murph, 2-stroke. Some motorcycles only 2-stroke. And then you have a number of different cylinders. This is a 6-cylinder 4-stroke engine. All right. So let's have a look. We're now at 12,500. Let's go ahead and get ourselves tidied up. We are going to reduce our manifold back to 30. That'll do it. We're going to reduce our RPM back to 2,500. We're going to prop sync. And now we're going to mixture out. So we're going to find our lean rich of peak. So drop the right mixture down. We're looking at our cylinder heads. We're looking for a peak. Number 1 seems to be our winner so far. Yeah, he'll peak first. Peak. Bring him back a smidgen. And we go the same with the left hand side. Start bringing this guy back. Looks to be cylinder head number 2. Here's our peak. Number 2 is peaked. And bring him back into both. And if you look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, I don't know, that's an overall one. So we're now completely leaned. RPM, manifold pressure, fuel flow. Everything here is looking fine and dandy. Now we're going to have a bit of crack. What we're going to do now, we're going to shut down a right engine. Anyone flying next or near me, you're going to see what happens. The plane is going to get all sorts of excitement. Now, an engine failure, it's a real failure that can happen for multiple reasons, right? And usually what a pilot will do, they need to assess what's after happening first. So depending on where you are, you might need to feather the prop. By feathering the prop, you're turning the angle of the prop so it's no longer biting into the air. You need to do it so that it's not actually catching the air. It turns the prop so that the wind can now blow either side of it. And if we do this correctly, they won't windmill, they won't spin. The prop should actually stop, right? So we're going to start ourselves up for that. To start us off, I'm going to kill the engine on the right side by dropping the mags. Are we ready? Mags out. Engine off. Bring our mixture down so there's no more fuel. And now we're going to bring our prop on the right. Listen to it. Feather. Monitor the right side. Our speed is holding. See how the aircraft has to bank because all the power is coming from the left-hand side, yeah? So if we're doing this right, feather that devil. And there's our prop now starting to feather. And she's fully feathered. It's pretty cool, right? And this is all fully simulated in this aircraft. So it's trying to windmill. There's probably a slight angle on the prop. Maybe the wind is hitting it to the side. But what we're going to do here, now, as you can see, look, the aircraft is maintaining its current heading, speed and altitude, but it's working a lot harder. So this is showing you what the cylinders are doing because the prop is spinning very, very slowly. So see the way the pistons are now moving up and down, and they're numbered, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And here you have the camshaft, or this is underneath the rocket cover, but the camshaft has, do you ever see a giant piston? Do you ever see the did you ever see what's it called, Titanic, and they're down in the engine room, those big massive yokes moving up and down? Well, that's what they are. They're pistons. Now, to alleviate what we're doing here, we can now add in a little bit of rudder trim, and this will fix what the plane is doing. Instead of the plane having to lean, well, we're just going to add in a little bit of trim to counteract what the plane has to do. Now, the problem when it comes to trim, and that's why I'm very excited about these force feedback joysticks and yokes. If you're not trimmed correctly, that joystick is going to be pulling you in a direction. And it's only when you start adding in some trim, it alleviates or loosens the force on your hands. Yeah? So we can trim ourselves out here. Now there's so much torque coming out of that engine, so I'm not overly worried. Like, she's going to try and do a thing. What way are we turning this? There we go. We can use a bit of aileron trim as well if we needed to. Now watch our speed. Look, because I'm messing around with our rudder trim. So if you were to compare our engines, our left engine is doing all the work. It's running hard. Our right engine, you can see now that the prop has stopped completely. And this is where everything starts happening. From your spark plug to your pistons moving, and then the whole thing starting to work again. So we're going to restart the right engine, right? Restart the right engine. To start off, we'll do the following. We're going to unfeather the prop. And once I unfeather it, the angle of the prop is going to turn, the wind is going to catch it, and it's going to start spinning the engine, right? Very slowly, but you'll start seeing it move very, very quickly. So the more I unfeather it, there she goes. See, the wind caught it, woof. So the engine is now, it's dry running. There's no fuel in there. I'm going to introduce some fuel, right? And we're going to turn back on the mags. Mags are now coming back online. The aircraft is nearly going to stall because I've made a complete mess when it came to the trim. Reset me trim. Autopilot is singing, and here's a stall. So we'll take over. Autopilot off. There's a spin. Turn into the spin. Small bit of rudder. Easy, Murph. Easy, Murph. Oh, Jesus, I'm in a spin! Don't panic! Can we recover from the spin? Jesus, Murphy. We're all going to die. It was going terribly well until it wasn't. Jesus. Right. That was fun. Okay, so my trim is completely shagged. Oh, Jesus, the plane. Stop pointing upwards. Get the nose down, please. Yes, yes, yes. Easy now. Easy now. She's going to stall again on us.
Oh, Jesus.
Right. There's the stall. We're okay. We're okay. There's 90 knots. Jesus, that was hairy, wasn't it? I wonder what happened there with the trim. Because it could have been the autopilot, you see. Could have been the autopilot. Alright, okay. So our engines are back to doing what they need to do, right? I wonder did I damage the trim because it went very fast there. And now we get the trim sorted. My little gadget in my hand isn't doing what I need to do, so I'll get the trim down now, Marv.
Look at this big Aegis.
You can spend hours messing around with this stuff in Flight Sim. To do it in the real world, there's only a certain amount that your instructor will do with you. He's not going to let you go absolutely nuts, right? So there, our trim has now been fixed, we hope. That trim is shagged, isn't it? It's like a runaway trim, look. Is that a bug?
Hello there.
Easy now. I wonder is there like a button stuck? Easy. See the way the trim is doing the stuff? Let's go in and have a look at the failures because I could have damaged the I could have damaged it. Yeah, we have a failure, look. So in a real world situation, if I've broken the trim. No, that's not it. One failure. Okay, there's the trim wheel after stopping. Oh, it's back moving again. Jesus, lads. Okay. What's happening here? The trim is absolutely shagged. Hang on a second. Anyone come across this before? The trim is shagged! Alright, where are we and how do we get out of this mess? Because we're going to have to try and land here. Because Houston, we have a problem. Our trim is shagged, right? So how do we fix this mess? Let's have a look. Easy. So our speed is good. Turn off pitch trim and try the panel. Okay. Now, see the way the wheel is keep flying forward? It's as if there's like structural damage done.
What we have here is a happy little failure. This is not good. My way lil blurp is puckering, folks. Blurpen your seatbelts, we're going down.
Bob Ross for the win. Alright, let's see what we can do here. The good news is, we're not in total trouble yet. But there's definitely something not right with me trims. Like, look at the angle of the look at the elevator. Look at the trim. It's completely shagged. Look. It's stuck upwards. That's nuts. Is that even going the right direction? Easy now. Don't hit any mountains, Murphy. That's mad, isn't it? And this is why we can't have nice things. It's as if the trim wheel is broken. It could be an issue with my hardware. Okay, how's that looking? Okay, I think I fixed it now. Maybe it was hardware. Could have been hardware. Right, so we're back on the straight and narrow where we need to get. Get ourselves trimmed here before we go near that autopilot. Easy does it. Easy does it. Alright, we're alive again. Jesus, that was some crack, wasn't it? Right, autopilot, SB having you. Autopilot doesn't want to play. Autopilot. Ooh, autopilot's gone. Turn back on your pitch trim. Activate your autopilot. We want to get our attitude. And let's see, can we climb?
Who's in charge?
There we go.
You haven't a clue what you're doing.
Jesus, lads, I never had that happen to me. So, I don't know, was it a config or a conflict with the hardware? But it's alright. We're back on the straight and narrow. And we shall be Landing in a few moments. And who broke it? It's a feature, yeah. Has that ever happened to you? Never seen that happen. Now, how are we going here for power? So, yeah, we're good. 2,500. Yes. We should be going a little bit faster, so she ain't liking something here. How are we looking now across the board? Temperature is good. Pressure is good. RPM is good. Manifold pressure bring you up a bit. Fuel flow is good. And we're still climbing. We're now at 8,000 feet. I don't think we need to climb much higher than this. We don't. Right, let's lock in altitude. Hold it there just in and around 8,000 feet. Get that speed back to where it needs to be. Now we're talking. Right, so consider ourselves almost died, but we're now alive again. Jesus, look at everyone here. Anyway, the point I was trying to make before I nearly died, when you get to these kind of study level aircraft, and like if you learn this stuff on a general aviation level, you start learning this stuff in, you know, when you're doing general aviation, this really does transfer to the airliner stuff. Which is mad because it gets you now super sensitive to your instruments and what the aircraft is doing. Now, obviously, the more complex the airliner you're flying, a lot of the systems are automated. They're just doing their thing. You don't need to worry about it. In fact, it'll tell you when there's something not right because a light will come on, or in some cases, turn off. You know, depending on your aircraft. But for these sort of aircraft, and Black Square have done a great job. A2A Comanche, again, excellent work, as is the FSR 500. Even the Pilatus PC-12, there's a lot of stuff going on, and the accuracy level is frightening. Absolutely frightening. But if you spend your time messing here, it's a lot of fun. And even though I did all sorts of messing with the engine, we didn't break anything. Do you know? Nothing broke.
You failed your freaking check ride, mate. Take the bird back to the airport. You're cooked.
Brilliant. Similar happened to me. The bindings borked mid-flight. Throttle was tied to trim. I've no idea how it happened. Yeah, I'll drop Nicky or Nick an email. That shouldn't happen. Because if you got a trim failure, which can happen, and it's horrible if you lose a trim, and that could be rudder, elevator, or aileron. And there's even some aircraft, in the real world, there's some aircraft that you have to manually set the trim before you go, because you can't adjust it from inside the aircraft. And that comes all down to your weight and balance and all this sort of jazz. Do you know what I mean? Right, autopilot off. Power coming back. We are super high. But let's see what we can do here, right? We're going to try what's called a slip. So, gyro goes on. Prop sync off. Landing lights are on. And let's see what we can do here. So, by doing a slip, right? 12 knot crosswind. I'm going to go rudder right. There's the lads flying. But I'm going to aileron left. And effectively, it's going to make the plane start traveling sideways. But by doing so, the airframe is now taking all of that energy, which means I can now descend so much faster at such a higher rate without increasing my airspeed. It's called a slip. Some aircraft behave better. This is fairly super. And we have a crosswind. I'm slipping away from the wind. And when I straighten up, I'll probably be miles off the runway. Look how far right of the runway we are. So now we'll slip the other direction. So small bit of rudder. Balance it with the aileron. And look at our rate of descent. It's like 3,500 feet. Don't crash sim. Jesus, don't crash sim. There we go. Look at the rate of descent. 3,500 feet per minute, and our airspeed isn't really doing much. If I were to take the slip out of it, remove the rudder, and again, you want to go very slow with this. If I were to take it out of there, look at our airspeed. It's going to start firing forward. Same crack again. Throwing a small bit of right rudder.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Start straightening up. And this is called a slip, right? Fornax, thank you very much indeed, you ledge. 24 months. Oh, Jesus. 24 months, Fornax, the absolute gentleman. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, so prop full. And once we get into that white arc, we can start deploying our flap. We're a little bit high. There we go, 130. Drop the gear. And all this helps with our drag, yeah? Air conditioning is already off, that's grand. Oh man, the stutters are real. Alright, easy. Okay, watch your rate of descent. Again, lads, you want to be aiming for about 500 feet per minute. Engine management here is critical. The wind is throwing us because we have about 16 knots of a crosswind, meaning you got to put the nose facing the wind, right? And then your rudder kind of does the talking, right? Yeah, it depends on the aircraft. You can slip the Comanche
Can I
really
get a
well.
refund?
There's no refunds. We asked. They told us no. Man, look at those 339s. Renoir and Wombat. Looks gorgeous, lads. Okay, so watch your power here. Watch your speed. Aim off some of that rate of descent. Gear is down and locked. We have 1 notch of flaps. That's all I think we need. And just watch our airspeed. So we're just trying to fight these gusts hitting us left and right. And we're slightly left, putting the nose slightly right. And you're effectively crabbing. You're going sideways. Crabs move to their sides, yeah? Easy does it. Speed is now good. Eyes toward the end of the runway. My touchdown zone. I can see where I need to land. And it's very...
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
If you don't scare the crap out of me, it's very small movements. And then we aim for a touchdown zone. Again, don't worry too much about the landing rate. So we're over the threshold. Power to 0. Hold the nose. A little bit fast coming in, but we're alright. We've missed our touchdown zone, but that's alright. We've got plenty of runway. Easy now. Touchdown. A little bit lighter. Bit of rudder work, bit of brake work.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
And look at the amount of wind we have. If I let go of the aileron to the right, the aircraft will actually dip left. So much wind is coming in, yeah? So a bit of manual braking. Get a bit of power in. Flaps coming in. And my legs at the runway here and taxi back. Is that a taxiway over there? No. Is that a taxiway? Yeah. Right, we'll cut across the grass here. Not to have us out all night, lads. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Shoot the Bandit, good to see you. McGanner, welcome in. I was trying to open a bag of crisps and I flew the plane with me toe. Brilliant. Beautiful landings, lads. It's really challenging flying out here because you have density altitude. It's so hot, right? Rad Baron. Is Captain Arash here as well? Good to see you. Alright, we'll taxi back. Now, again, we're on the ground. It's absolutely roasting, so we got our aircon open. And at this stage, I'd say check your fuel, but we're also going to check that tablet for any failures because it just didn't feel right after we did that stall, right? Where am I from? I'm from Dublin, Ireland, and I live in Tipperary. Hey, Captain Arash is here. Good to see you, man. Hans Gruber has the best name in the business. And yes, he falls out of buildings just like in the movie after a couple of pints. Okay, so this is our second stop. This is St. George. How are we going for time? Oh, we're alright. Next up is going to be down to Uniform 08. Then Temple Bar, and then it's into Vegas. We're getting close. Well, I feel welcome here even though I'm an American. Not at all, Squirrel. Squirrel, we're only back from America. We're in Vegas for the for Flight Sim Expo. You're most welcome. So hot right now. And I'm after flying into the back of a plane. Very sorry. But isn't it cool what you can do? You know, simulating the stuff. Like, it's very, very good, isn't it? Sounds of this plane, they're savage. It's already released, yes. Next airport is, 67 Lima, correct. That's only 30 miles away. I'm looking forward to getting into Vegas. Yeah, we got plenty of North American viewers here. Plenty. You're all very welcome in, lads. Right. So, check your fuel. Check your trims. We're going to check failures here now as well as we're taxiing. No failures, that's good. How are our engines doing? They're all okay. Electrical system is okay. Cabin, shocking hot, 30 degrees. I'm sure we kind of expected that. Aircon is open. Get the blower onto high. Like, it even has your air conditioning evaporator. Right? Crazy stuff. Oh, Jesus, the parking lot. Christ. We'll go this way. Don't mind me, lads. I'm a tourist. And then when you look at how the environmental stuff in the aircraft, where they're drawing that from. So outside air temperature, yes. Air intake temperature, yes. But also the engine. It uses the manifold to heat. It's a very sophisticated aircraft. Need to raise the right engine revs for aircon while on the ground. Probably. So we'll do that and we'll see this temperature coming down. Oh yeah, look at that. It increases it. That's interesting. Alright, okay, so disappear our tablet now. We're coming back onto the active. 1 notch of flaps. Oh, we got a big airliner with us. I fly everything. General aviation is what I absolutely adore. But in saying that, we got a lot of airliners after being released. I'm going to be flying the MD-11 and the 777 probably tomorrow. I probably will stream tomorrow. Right, so notch of flaps is set. Get the aircon off. Get ourselves lined up. So we're at an elevation of just under 3,000 feet. Density altitude is 6.5. Go ahead and get our heading back onto runway heading. Make sure we're zeroed, which we are. That looks good. Okay, so mixture rich. Prop sync off. Power coming in. Off the brakes. Takeoff power set. Aileron into the wing. Airspeed alive. Keep it on the center line. Easy. 85. Yep, see Daisy. Positive rate of climb. Gear up. Alright. It's gonna be a right turn here after the runway. Jason.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I didn't even know we had that. Jesus. Oh, hello there. Welcome in, Pierce Miranda. Right, flaps in. Start a right-hand turn. Bit of trimmage. Oh, we're getting stutters. Easy now. Easy now. Again, the wind is causing all sorts of crack. Man, look at that view. Beautiful. Well, now this is pretty. Okay, straighten up. Let's say autopilot. Nav mode is engaged. Let's go to attitude. We want to be climbing. Climbing, climbing. There we go. 2,000 is a little bit hefty. Bring it down a small bit there, Jemima. There you go. Okay, climb is good. 140. Manifold back to 40. Hold. RPM back to 27. Hold. And we're looking good. We're looking good. Oh, look at that. That is just stunning. Right, so we do have a bit of altitude to climb. We're going for 12.5. We probably don't need 12.5 to be honest. Leave our barrow alone. We're currently coming up to 6,000. Let's go for 8.5, lads, right? We're going to climb to 8,500 feet. And landing lights off. Keep everything as it is. Temperature 32. That'll start dropping. And let's just check out the views, right? Nice looking bird this. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So my current time in the sim, lads, if you want to mix it, it's 10 to 9. It's probably a little bit too late. But we'll leave it like this for the moment. We might dial it back a little bit. So what we'll do again, friends, well, if you're currently flying along on Xbox, press 1. If you're on the PC, press 2. And if you're here for the sheer enjoyment, because it is that of a Friday, well, you press number 3. All right. We have 31 on the PC, 4 on console, and a wild Doc Blues rambles in. Yeah, that did sound a little bit weird. Hang on. We might try it again. Will we try it again for the flyby sounds? Maybe I had the RPM up a little bit high. Let's have a listen again, will we? Mind your ears now! Jesus! Yeah, right. It's a little bit on the Jesus side. Anyway, I forgot we need to land almost immediately. So we'll jump back in here and well, 67 Lima. Let's give it a go, right? So, autopilot off. Bring the power back. Man alive, look at the view, look. Jesus. Okay, so we're going to spin a rooney around to the right-hand side. That looks very pretty indeed, doesn't it? Look at the cut of this. Black Ice Gabe, you take care, my dude. Triller pilot, looking forward to flying in the sim again. Absolutely. The TBM glass cockpit with not a piston is a handful. Absolutely. Digital Mark is coming in. Come on, Mark. Okay, watch your speed. Man, look at the terrain. Isn't this gorgeous? Stunning. Look at this. So there's a runway just behind us. Look at the state of this. Isn't it gorgeous? Alright, we'll head this way. Landing lights. I'm taking a touch and go here, lads. Because I'm looking at the time and we're like, you know. So we're going to use a touch and go on 67 Lima and Uniform 08. How's that for the plan? That's what we shall do. Scenery out west, it's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Okay, here's a turn coming in. There's 140, drop the gear. Gives a bit of drag. Looking better. Easy does it. Bit of power. First notch of flaps. There's a runway. It's Friday, baby. Sorry, Marty, good to see you. Hope you're well, man. Hey, Cornwolf, welcome in. Okay, so we're going to do a touch and go at 67 Lima, Uniform 08. We'll do a landing at U30 and then a straight into Vegas, right? So this is just a touch and go. You can land if you like. I'm just going to use it as a touch and go. So, prop full, mixture full. One notch of flaps. It's windy here as well. Jesus, 27 knots. Quick look at the airspeed indicator. See if it has a blue line. It has a blue line. It has a blue line at about 115 knots, or 100 and I think it's 116. That's the critical speed on this yoke. All right, we're looking good. Trying to decide my first 777 flight. Chiller pilot, yeah, dude. I'm going to be flying that tomorrow along with the MD-11 and other stuff. I see a fairly long stream tomorrow, just for the crack, you know. Okay, watch your speed. Easy does it. Easy does it. Now, it's not a full stop, it's just a touch and go. And then U08, it's 25 miles away. That'll be a touch and go as well. Watch your speed. It's a bit better. Man, the sounds of this engine are incredible, aren't they? Well, super tight. Maybe not that long, but yeah. Not sure yet, Roy. I might kick off maybe my lunchtime, something like that. 1 o'clock Zulu, something like that. Easy now. Jesus, tailwind, is it? Good man, Murph. Is that the KLM, the blue and the orange one, Shutter Pilot? That's a beautiful livery. Gilbo got me a model of that plane. I have it there behind me. Right, easy does it. Easy does it. Easy, easy. Hold the nose. Get it down, don't be floating. Here's our touch. And here's our go. Yep, you devil you. Positive rate, gear up. Alright. Slightly right. GDG. Look at this, man. Look how beautiful this looks. Look at the views. Old man goat hair, good to see you. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. That is stunning, isn't it? We'll take it out, sup of holy water. Oh, Jesus, then. I use holy. It is a healthier alternative, friends, to your normal energy drinks and, like, you know, soda and all this.
Oh, Jesus.
It's basically a powdered sachet, and they've, like, loads of different flavors. They have hydration, they have energy, and they have iced tea flavors. And you basically just add water or ice or ice. You shake it till you make it, and they are a much healthier option than your normal kind of energy drinks, you know. The iced tea is lovely. I got a sample pack. Good man, Cornwolf. Yeah, it is nice, isn't it? Like, if you're drinking loads of energy drinks, this is better for you. You know. What's real and what's imagery anymore, right? Yeah, it looks amazing, doesn't it? I am using SimFX Shutter Pilot. Yes, sir. Now we don't need a lot of altitude here, so let's call it at a 5. There we go. We'll keep it at 5 here for the moment because it's only 24 miles down to our next stop, for which we'll be there in a couple of moments. Then it's down to Temple Bar, Uniform 30, and then it's straight into Vegas. It'll be nighttime in Vegas. This is going to be deadly. We might see some shooting stars. Yes, we might. Hello there.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Hey, Johnny Aardvark, thank you very much indeed. Jesus, 41 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. Yes, we'll do a tour of Vegas, absolutely. When we get down there. We're going okay. We'll be there in about 40 minutes, I'd say. Give or take. Yeah, give or take a little bit. You just put Coke in your water? Uh-oh. Kong says, anyone use the Turtle Beech yoke? Thinking about getting one, it'd be my first yoke, so I don't have to keep using dual joysticks. I've heard great things about them, Kongs. I haven't used it, but it's phenomenal. Unlike down here in Cork, it's raining. It's raining here as well. 'Tis raining in Tipperary, and it's probably raining at Cork. This is absolutely gorgeous looking, isn't it? Look at the state. Now we might dial the time back a smidgen, because otherwise it's just going to be nighttime. So let's look at our time in the sim. It's 21:05. Let's bring our time back here. Let's go to 20:30. 20:30, lads, right? That's the time of day we're going to go with. Because the scenery here is gorgeous, right? The Chewbacca, you're very welcome in. Hope you're well. I didn't get an awful lot of time to say hello to you over across, but I hope you had a wonderful time. You're very welcome in. Keane Lafford, good to see you, Keane. Gano was in the house, welcome aboard. Hello there. Hope you're all keeping very well. Happy Friday, everybody. We've just started the weekend. and we're here doing a group flight. You're more than welcome to join in. Don't worry if it's your first flight, or it could be a seasoned veteran. You're more than welcome to join in. Well, thank you very much. How are the Crocs? Keen Nafford comes bearing news. Give it a lash there now, Keen. What's happening? Nightsep says the forecast here tomorrow is for 32 in the morning, heavy thunderstorms, even tornadoes. What? Comfiest Crocs ever. Yes! I brought my Crocs and I didn't wear them. Well, I wore them on Sunday, but no one can see them. Reckless Ray, greetings from Orlando. Just been to the Warbird Museum in Titusville. I'll post some pics on Discord. Nice! You wore them poolside and on the flights? Not jealous at all. The heat though. The oven door opening, right? At one stage I could actually hear my skin turn red. It made a very unique sound. Ah! The Limbic says, just beginning to research to build a new PC for flights in 2024. I want to take advantage of ray tracing, which I can't currently do. Exciting times ahead. Indeed. Lima Kilo Mike, welcome aboard. You didn't burn. What? Did Chewie burn? Although to be fair to Chewie, he was indoors most of the time, wasn't he? You bought factor 100? I love that. I do miss a good aviation museum. Sherler, have you been to the one in Shannon? Keen Laffer did a DNA test a few weeks ago. He got the results today. He's mostly Russian. No surprise there. Partially Baltic and a tad bit Finnish. Keen, you need to give us a sentence that includes Russian and Finnish. Burger King flame grilled. I have wood. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good in Shannon. They got a lot of the Irish Air Corps stuff. Jeez, look at this. Wombat, Renoir. We have Lima Kilo Mike. Dragon is with us as well. Looks beautiful, lads. Beautiful. Would love to go out to Duxford one day. Duxford is incredible. You're rushing to the finish line. I see what you did there, Keen. Duxford is amazing. It's absolutely brilliant. Testing map enhancement mod at the moment. The colors are much more realistic. Oh, really? Yeah, I kind of noticed that in Vegas, or not in Vegas, in Nevada. The Bing imagery has, or the current Bing imagery has, you know, they're very green, aren't they? We don't know why, right? There was a shade of green there. Look at the state of the scenery, though. Right, so touch and go coming in, lads. It's down here at Perkins. We've 1-4 or 3-2. Let's go with 1-4. I mean, why not, right? Is that the runway there ahead of us? It surely is. Right, autopilot. Good luck to you. And we'll bow down here to the right. Power coming back. Airlock dock is in a Wildcat. Jesus. It's mostly... sorry. It is mostly red out here, yeah. You can't fly now without the enhancement mod. It's so good. 24 is going to be amazing. Oh God, it is, yeah. Alright, don't mind that beeping. There's nothing to be alarmed of at all. Look at the terrain, though. Man alive, this is gorgeous. Beautiful. Alright, easy does it. Speed is looking good. Prop is full. Easy. Retriever Neil said, I had to visit my company's business at Upper Hayford. It was so interesting, but so sad as it's a disused airbase. Cornwall says, does anyone know what the 777 patch was for? I didn't see the patch notes. But importantly, I got permission to turn my current PC into a NAS media server with 24 terabytes. What? 24 terabytes? Hey, Ian Fisher is here. Good to see you, Ian. A very happy Friday. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope all is well. Right, not to flaps. Turn it, the thing. The thing must be turned. Drop the gear here as well. Hope you're keeping well. Ian, are you very busy this time of the year? You know, with the old football. I think I have it set to like 8:30. I'll have a look now when I land. Lior Taylor, how's it going, man? Very happy Friday to you. You are most welcome aboard. Right, where's the runway? Oh, it's there, look. Jesus, it kind of looked like you knew what I was doing, right? Brilliant. Right, easy now. Jesus, easy.
Hello there.
Hello there. Let me see. One bidden. Welcome in. We got another follow there as well. Emiri, thank you very much indeed. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for all the follows. Really do appreciate you. And we're going to do a touch and go here. Uniform 08 is this airport. Then we're heading down to Temple Bar because there's a Temple Bar in Dublin. Dan does one out here in Nevada. Makes sense. You've 12 weeks off. The next booking is August 17th. No way! Murph, did you see that there was a 777 in Knock? I didn't. But they use Knock to kind of break planes these days. Epic fool. There was an A380 there for a while. My speed is good. This is just a touch and go. Jeez, look at the amount of people we have with us. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Mike Coffee, good to see you. Great to see someone flying the Duke. The Duke is awesome. They break A380s on a monthly basis. Yeah, I think so. Break is in dismantle. Yeah. They do that in Knock Airport. Up by, it's Mayo, isn't it? Knock is in County Mayo. There's a great song Christy Moore sang about the airport in Knock. Just Google it. Christy Moore Airport in Knock. Easy now. A380 has been around for how long now? Oh, 25 years, is it? 24 years? Easy. Wow, look at them lads go. Look at the state of that, look. You're like poetry in motion. I get to fly every day. Currently DC6 London to Cape Town. Oh, wow, Ian. I say now you're as happy as a clam. Jesus. I'm too busy looking at all the great flying. I'm going to make a terrible mess here. Easy. Oh, Jesus, we want to touch and go, not a fucking bash and go. Easy, Murph. Yes. No. Yes. Look at that. Look at the windsock. Easy. Oh, yes. Power in. Jesus, we nearly went off there. Easy. Yep, see Daisy. We're flying again. Positive rate. Gear up. Right, lads. Straight on now to... where are we going? Oh, yeah, Temple Bar. Straight on now, right? So, autopilot. Crunch. Right, let's be having you. And we'll do some... attitude work. You're up the yard. That looks a bit better. It's very hot in here. Bit of aircon for the crack. And let's see what happens. Ewald says, PMDG, the items are focused on performance, disruptive problems such as the inoperative bits, or rude blockers such as the co-pilot freezing or the sim CTD. Oh, nice. Right, okay, so that's what the update for the 777 is. I'm going to fly it tomorrow along with the MD-11. Chewie was streaming the MD-11 this evening. And I've a bit of time on the one on X-Plane, so I'm really looking forward to it. The MD-11 is releasing next week? Yeah, next week. So a big shout out to TFDI Design. A great bunch of lads. They said, Murph, go on, you can try it, see if you break it. And I'm like, I wouldn't break anything. Tuesday for the MD-11. Is it releasing on Tuesday? Because if it is, that's just genius, because I have me scheduled done for next week. Oh, it is, it's Tuesday. So the schedule for next week, I haven't posted this yet. We're starting a new Monday night series, right? It's a mini-series. All the information that I have, lads, it's all on Discord, right? So if you're new here, well, you're very welcome. ! Discord. And you can ramble in over there, right? ! Discord. But if you go into, well, I haven't posted it yet. If I go into hidden, stream plan, so wait to hear this, right? So on Monday night, friends, we start the Tour de France. It's the 121st anniversary of the Tour de France. And we're going to be flying from Paris out to Lyon. That's the first part of the flight. And I've based the flight plan on the original 1903, the first Tour de France, right? And we're going to be using vintage aircraft, old aircraft. Anyway, on Tuesday night, friends, the MD-11, well, we're going to be hauling some cargo. We're going to be taking off from our destination tonight at Las Vegas, and we're going to fly out to San Francisco, because there's a new San Francisco scenery I want to check out. We'll do the flight plan on SimBrief, but it's going to be an MD-11 cargo haul from Vegas over to San Francisco. Wednesday night we have the news. Thursday night we'll be catching up with our VATSIM guys. Also on Wednesday for the news, we'll be taking a closer look at the 777, of course, and the MD-11. Also the Huey, the T6, and the J3 Cub. It's going to be busy on Wednesday. Then on Friday night, that's today week, we're going to be flying the J3 Cub. It's a pleasure flight. We're going to be starting off in a place called Lufker. It's out in New York, out near Long Island. And we're going to be flying over the Big Apple up to Teterboro. And then we're going to head up the coast to a place called New Haven as we stop in Tweed, New Haven. And that's next Friday's flight. Oh, the 120 as well. Come on, Epic. Jesus, I better put that in my notes. That kind of came in out of nowhere. Have you tried it yet, Epic? Have you flown it? Is it any use? Right, is it any use? MDA 009 in the house. Welcome in, my dude. He says, hey y'all, looking forward to the MD-11. Can't fly till next week though, as I'm away all week. Oh, you poor devil. It'll be here when you're back though. Hey, Jojo1. I just read on Discord, Parallel 42 welcomes the man, myth and legend Jeppesen 2001 as head of scenery design. We were chatting about it earlier on, Jojo. It's an absolutely amazing thing to happen for Jeppesen. Isn't it amazing? No, it looks like it'll be underwhelming. Early reports are it's an easy heli to fly. Ooh. Epic, have you tried the Huey? Yeah, I haven't seen Jeppesen in the chat tonight. I imagine he's not well. He brought back the Rona with him, the poor old devil. But yeah, Jeppesen, at some stage, he might look back on this. A massive congratulations to you. I'm so happy for you, dude. Very well deserved. And I couldn't think of a nicer bunch of lads to be working with at Parallel 42. Edson and Kevin are just, they're sound. They're bang on. And you know, I love what they're doing in the sim. Look at the cut of this, look. So, Uniform 30, Temple Bar. That's where we're headed to now, lads. Right, what am I doing? There's my Navigraph. Right, let's head over this way. The Huey in VR maximum feels. Wow, I haven't tried it. Kozaki says I'll be flying out of Mountaintop, New York on Sunday night, going to New London. Oh, nice. Huey. I mean, thump. Yes. Do you find it leans to the right a bit? Or how do you like the? How do you like it? Goblin Zoo says I watched the Tour de France 2 times, passing in my town. Oh, nice. Very nice. Hey, DeRuter, welcome in. I was at one of the Irish opening stages days before the Tour de France in Enniscorthy in 1998. Oh, nice. Mr. Tommy, ladies and gentlemen, is in the chat. You're very welcome aboard. Come here, did you get your baggage back? Did they lose it on the way home? I got to meet Mr. Tommy over at Flight Sim Expo. Mr. Tommy, of course, is the wizard that put the OWL flight dynamics into the DA, I want to say the 150 RG, or the 50 RG, and also the awesome Cows DA42. Amazing stuff.
Hello there.
Let me see. Jabobo Tubbs, you're very welcome in. The lovely Kaharia has joined us as well. Hiya, Kaharia. I hope you're well. Leans to the right. You need to fix your center of gravity. All right. Mine or the plane? I mean, the helicopter. It leans to the right a fair bit. Difficult to land. Yeah, I was thinking that, Dave. See? Banana Dave. You're a legend, Dave. Dave knows the trouble. Oh, Jesus, look at the speed. Dave knows the issues we go through. Calm it down now, Murphy. Whoa. We were kind of speeding up there, right? But yeah, Mr. Tommy had his bag and baggage not delivered when he got off the plane. The poor old devil. But he got sorted in the end. Yeah, no, I'll fly the Huey tomorrow. Amongst other things. Lots of little flights tomorrow, do you know? But a lot less lean compared to the Cowan 300. Ah, okay. Friend to all is here. Good to see you, man. He says, Murph, is this the piston or the turbine Duke? How do you like them? I love them. I prefer the piston Duke. The turbine is very good, but if you're only in the market for one, I would say the piston. Word has it you were leaning to the right a bit in Vegas. Alright. I'm still getting over it. I spent today skimming through real world call signs, slow Friday at work. There was a call sign called Catch Me. Oh, I love that. The guys were crazy in the Tour de France in 1903 and in this period. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they were nuts. For the nice Huey flight at the coast of Norway, all the nooks and crannies. I was going to do the whole, you know, I will be the first to step on the field. I will be the last to step off. You know, I was going to do the whole Mel Gibson thing, do you know, flying in that place. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, right? Norway is awesome. I live there. Oh, nice. Dragon One Eye. Is it Dragon Eye or is it? Yeah, it is Dragon Eye. Or it could be Drag One Eye. Huh? He drags it along with him. Let's be honest. The place is a little bland. Yeah, true. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Does the Huey work outside of Vietnam? Echo Tango, good to see you. Who replaced Murph for this regular normal pilot streamer man? Right? Colonel Fork, great to see you, my dude. Very happy Friday. If you're around tomorrow, I'll be streaming, Colonel Fork. We flew into Bergen yesterday, stunning approach. Oh, the Vatson flight. Yes. The Ken Burns dock on Vietnam is quite good. Might give you some ideas on flights. Oh, nice. I don't know, Colonel Fork. Probably one or two, maybe somewhere between 12 and 2 Zulu. 1200 and 1400 Zulu. That's when I'll start. Sure, you wouldn't know when I'll finish. Assidious, he says, Murph, thanks for the recommendation of the Kit Fox a few streams ago. I absolutely love it, and I can stop the stage 2 from bouncing like a deranged kangaroo on landing. Brilliant. I was watching Kando there yesterday. He was showing us a lot of videos of the Fox. It's brilliant. That's before your wake-up call. Be grand. There's also Moonraker. You have to add 007 as a flight number. That's deadly, really. A call sign, Moonraker. Jesus, I have to land here. We're at Temple Bar, lads. This doesn't look familiar at all. Right, runway 18 or 36. What do we reckon, lads? 18 or 36? Javier Parad, you're very welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I hope I pronounced your name right. I'm horrendous at name pronunciations, lads. Right, lights on. Super 6-4, there is smoke coming from your tail. Jesus, you smoking away there, huh? Smoky Joe. Runway. Oh, was it straight in? Balls. Autopilot off. Ramble to the right. Okay, we'll have to do something kind of mad looking here. Mike Coffey says, alright, had loads of fun, but have to go. Catch you on the next one. Mike, you take care. Thank you so much. Is the fuel as expensive here as the pints are in ours? Probably. Pints in Vegas today. Oh yeah, I sorry, Kanzui. You spotted that, did you? So looking at Navigraph, it was out to the right, and the sim was to the left. Don't follow me. There's a secret in Vegas. If you start playing poker games, they bring drinks to you. Adam Controls told us this trick, and then myself and Kandu took the absolute Dennis Hickey out of it, because, like, you know what I mean? We had mimosas for breakfast. On Thursday morning, we had mimosas, because the sign said bottomless mimosas, and I was like, bottomless. Yeah, right. Oh god, then they were bottomless. The two of us were absolutely steaming come 12 o'clock. This is what I'm gonna say. This is great to be here. What was the outcome of your car repair? Negative, friend to all. It's still not working. Well, it's working, but I still have those errors. So I have a terrible feeling I need a new alternator and battery. Pints of Vegas are outrageous. Never paid as much for a pint anywhere else in the world. You're doing it wrong. But yeah, like we paid $18 for a pint in the place. $18 for a pint. I said to your man, like, I mean, at least give me a hug or something. Do you know what I mean? In a Skoda? Unheard of. Right? Unheard of. Imagine. Bad alternator can kill a battery. Yeah. Jesus, then this is kind of bananas looking. Look at the state of the scenery. Look at that, lads. Do. Right, we're going to do a full stop here, and then it's on to Vegas. I can't wait. I'm blind. Where's my sun visor? Tequila Tom is playing catch up. Wife wanted to talk about dinner. May just land by the time y'all have lost your money in the casinos. Yep. Flying Dive says it's Norcali brought his own into the casino and was passing them out like a bartender. Sky Command brought a bit of tequila with him. And myself and Kando may have dabbled with the tequila. So did Adam, actually. We were drinking tequila. Yeah, Jesus. And like, he tried to say this was top shelf tequila. And it tasted like tequila. I thought €6 for a beer was pretty steep in Italy. Jesus, no. That's about the same here, actually. About £6 a beer. €5.80. €6. Yeah, we drank a bit of Sky Command's tequila in the casino. I mean, that was always going to be a recipe for disaster, wasn't it? You need to try this, Toots! That's all he kept saying. You need to try this, Toots! And I was like, okay. $7.50 for a pint in Dublin these days. Jesus. Viper Strike opened a new casino in Vegas. Mind yourself. Put it all on Black 17, Viper. Everything. Come on, Black 17, it'll get in, right? Right, easy does it now, Mahoney. Jesus, right? Easy now. So this is a full stop. Gear coming down. First notch of flaps. Easy now, Jemima. You can buy a can of the stuff for $1.50. Oh no, we went to other places and they gave us drink for free. We went gambling in the Venetian, and I bet $5, I won $10, and I got free beer. In the Venetian, right? You need a gif of Colin Meaney as the pilot in Die Hard 2. Oh yeah! But he did English accent, it didn't make any sense. It'd be like giving Patrick Stewart an American accent. It doesn't make sense, you know? This is Windsor Airlines. Windsor Airlines, right? Could you imagine Patrick Stewart? The line must be drawn here, this far, no further. What are you doing? That doesn't work at all, Patrick Stewart. You know.
The line must be drawn here, this far, no farther.
Right. Superboy says the Mosa force feedback wheel, 550. Although the base, 550 quid. But it'll work with anything. You stayed in the Venetian? $50 and drank for a few hours, tipped the waitress, and that was it. Jesus. Like a handy Murph. Oh, Jesus, go handy. Easy. Oh, we're going to plant it, lads. Ah! Easy, Murph. Gently does it. Softly now. Do not go softly into the night. Oh, touchdown. Right, we're down. Oh, Jesus. Right. Flaps in. And welcome to Temple Bar. I'll meet you at the bar. Just look at the weather sock giving it socks. Well, it actually is giving it socks, but you know what I meant, right? Colin Meaney in Die Hard 2, yeah. Well, he wasn't a BA pilot, he was Windsor. Windsor 1-1. Patrick, you take care. Hey, Joey Bolo, baby. Good to see you, Joey. Happy Friday to you, man. She is squarely here, isn't it? Very squarely. Joey, it was great seeing you. And Mrs. Bolo. And Bolo Minor. Muse fan has to bail here as well. Muse, you take care. Muse, are you on a mission? Mission. Qu'a soufflé un peu, as the French would say. Oh, very good, Nights Up. Landed in Vegas, we'll group fly again Monday. Proby Pete, nice. Sewer, and you were on. So where are we? Javier, we've just landed here in Uniform 30. It's Temple Bar in Nevada. Muse fan, give my kindest regards, and we'll catch you later, dude. Say hello. It's blowing a bit. 'Tis windy here now. We need a county council to dig holes when you have Murph. A plane and a runway. Listen. It's grand. Right, let us check before we go. Fuel. What is our fuel? We've loads. Right, lads, we're heading into Las Vegas. One notch of flaps. One for the dubs. There's a call sign called Geebird. Is there? Tritz 4 is away. You take care. There's not epic food. You're making that up. Don't mind me coming onto the runway now, lads. It's all grand. I rang ahead. Yes. Right, we're heading into Las Vegas. This is going to be nice. Into Vegas, lads, for all the lights and the... You know what I'm saying? This is a 40 nautical mile hop. Power coming in. Off the brakes. Up the yard. Jesus. Airspeed live. See when you can find Las Vegas and Donegal. Huh. Upsie daisy. Positive rate of climb. Gear up. Love the black square Dukes. Superboy, they're awesome. Okay, right turn. This is insanely good. Insanely good. Okay, 40 nautical miles out. We're going to fly to Las Vegas, go up and down the strip. I'll show you where I was. And we'll take it in for a full stop landing into Harry Reid. We'll park over at Atlantic Aviation over at the FBO. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, myth and legend himself, Jeppesen 2001, has just rambled in to say a good evening. Jeppesen, can I just say, you absolute legend. Massive congratulations being named as the lead developer of scenery for Parallel 42. What an absolutely incredible achievement. Very, very well done, my guy. Just great news, man. Absolutely brilliant. Delighted for you. And a bit of altitude here, Murph. And a bit of autopilot here, Murph. And a bit of attitude here, Murph. Don't mind me, lads. I'm just talking to myself. But lads, can we get the Jeppesen emotes into the chat? The man has rambled in himself. Absolutely great news. I'm so happy for you, mate. And it's about time. So, the Jeppesen emotes into the chat, ladies and gentlemen. On the song, where's the song go? Balls, hang on. Hang on. Don't panic, lads. In his honor. It's called In His Honor. Hang on.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Hang on a second. In his honor.
Oh, Jesus.
It's grand. Search. In his honor. Search, you devil. Hang on, if I press the button, just we'll edit this bit out. I'm trying to fix it. Here it is. Yeah, baby. The man, myth, and legend himself. Let's hear it for Jeppesen. Complimentary air show for the man himself. Go on, the lads. The man, myth, and legend himself. Jeppesen 2001, delighted for you, mate. Massive congratulations. Oz Flight Simmer has burst in the door with both of his elbows. Thank you very much indeed, Oz Flight Simmer. Jesus, 32 months, right? God almighty. Jesus. Good to see you, Oz. Hope you're well, man. Dragon Eye says, I think I'm getting the hang of this TBM thingy. Even though I choose the Asian server, I can't see it. I can't see us, but never mind. I'm having fun. Excellent, excellent. Rox G, good to see you. Sneaky flaps attraction. Did you see it? Airlock was like, Murph, your flaps are down, and I was like, balls. No, they're not. Jesus, look at the state of it. Look at the state of it, right? Gonna take us back through memory lane as we'll walk the strip, kinda, and I'll show you where they went. You know. Look at the suffering cut of this, though. Look at it. The view is manky, look. As we are approaching Las Vegas. Oh, do you know what I watched on the plane heading over? I watched all of, yeah, my cowl flaps are open. It's grand, it's grand. Look at the cowl flaps on that. Wait, what? Do you know what I watched? Fallout. I watched Fallout. And it's very good. Watch the old power there, Murph. Don't overcook it, like, do you know what I mean? Did anyone else watch Fallout? It's very good. Sorry, MB339 pilots, I kind of slapped on the brakes. Uh-oh. Look at the state of them. And an F-16 for good measure. Who have we got? Lima Kilo Mike, Renoir. We have Wombat and Aviator Geek, look. There's a terrible stutter. Will be Jesus then. There's all the stutters. Look at the cut of this. There's Las Vegas there now. We're flying towards it, lads. Ah, brilliant. Ah, Jesus then. Brilliant. Honestly, so precise. It's nuts, right? Not yet, but I want to see it soon. It's very, very good. I've seen the first 3 episodes. Zybox, very good, lad. Very good. Mr. Dan, you need to go see it. Not yet, but I want to see it soon. Look, you just need to watch it. Okie dokie. It's very good. Beautiful Donegal ahead. That's right, yeah. The hills of Donegal. You know, there's people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. Really good. Didn't ruin the lore of the game either. Rocks, yeah. They stayed true to the game, which is always great to see when, you know, a game makes it in. They did the same with The Last of Us, I thought. Jesus, that was brilliant as well. So Harry Reid, I landed at Harry Reid, and don't play the slots in Harry Reid Airport. They're rigged. And I got myself, do you know what I got? I got a sub. It was the, what was it called? Super sub something. And no drastic side effects at all. It felt more like a game than a show compared to the other game adaptations. Yeah. Leitrim, Saturday night, all up in here. Yo! Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah. It makes total sense. Jesus, the scenery is loading in. Ah, brilliant. Hang on a second now. We'll do one of these. And live from Las Vegas, Nevada, a terrible voiceover from a guy with a microphone. Yeah, baby. Look at the state of it. We're using two sceneries here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Fly Tampa's and Microsoft's. What could possibly go wrong? Starting off with the strip, we have the MGM Grand, we have the Luxor. We have the, oh Jesus, what's that one called? The, Jesus. The something, it starts with an E.
Welcome to my secret underground
Excalibur. Then moving up the road, we have all sorts of crazy stuff. There's women walking around with their tops off. So I was told. Then you have New York, New York. Then you have Paris. Then you have the Bellagio. Look at the state of this, friends. Then we have Caesar's Palace, Treasure Island, man. Super, really great tower.
Yeah, baby.
Would you look at the state of this now? Business, it's about to pick up. Flying into Las Vegas, we have the Fireflies. I can play this in the harmonica. Oh yeah, the Mirage. Oh no! Double scenery gives us double the spheres, baby. It's a basketball and the art. Hang on a second. Oh yeah. Jesus, that sphere looks terrible wonky. The Cosmopolitan, the Venetian, the Rio, baby. So, if anyone was staying on the 11th floor of the Rio, I put one of these on every single door on the 11th floor. All 50 odd of them. I even went up to one of the rooms, you know, trying to sneak in to do the... And your man opened the door, I was putting it on the hook, and I ran away, terrified. Ah! It was a genius bit of marketing on my behalf. You saw one on Raoul's booth. I hid one in his bag as well. Brilliant. So what we're going to do here, we're going to pause it in a moment, and we'll take you for a ramble up and down the strip. Some say Adam Guido is still there drinking pints. That's Adam the Elder to you. Right, what do we need to do here? Heading. Yes. Right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to hit the pause button because I want to get in here and have a gawk, right? Whoop! Up, you devil. Right, let's go exploring, friends. So we'll ramble down at the very start of the beginning of the place that you start. At the very beginning. Right? Right now. Easy now, Murphy. Oh, yes. Now we're threshing. Now we're threshing. Have you been involved in an accident? You can claim by ringing the number of your man with the mad hair. Oh, yes. Look at the state of this, friends. We just drove through a tree. Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas, baby. Oh! So, let's go rambling. We have double signage for the sim. So far, so good. The Mandalay, ladies and gentlemen. I can already feel how hot it is. The Mandalay. Next up, we have the Luxor. Would you look at the state of this? The Mad Egyptians. Oh, look! Monorail. Monorail. There's the monorail. Let's ramble this way. There's your man, Mind Freak. The Blue Man Group. Titanic. I'll never let go, Jack. She let go. There's the Tropicana. That once was, that ever shall be, no longer there. Here is Excalibur. Bonafide, electrified. Enough said. Look at the state of Excalibur, look. Tournament of Kings. And two fellas that don't know who they are. Welcome to New York, New York. Look at the cut of this. The MGM. David Copperfield. Some say Keane Lafford has him on speed dial. Purple Rain. Hooters. Right, let's go this way. Ramble up past New York, New York. Oh, yes. What's this? Expect Irish drinks and Irish food. Live, free, dine well, drink good beer. Visit Nine Fine Irishmen, the pub of Irish pubs. Up the outer garden, you.
Jesus.
Gameworks, Outback Steakhouse, the Hard Rock Cafe. This is all terribly fancy, isn't it?
Oh, Jesus.
Look at the state! The Cosmopolitan, ladies and gentlemen! And the Crystal Building Place thingy. There's Gucci. I used to model for them. Yeah. Air show pilots overhead. Look at the state of that. Yeah, baby. Mind the building. Your man to get fierce upset. Here's Chili's. Here's the Aria. The Hollywood. Michael Jackson. The Illusion fella. All shook up. Here's the Bellagio. Oh, Jesus, look at this. This is the pub we were at. It's called Beer Park, and it's right here. That was our view, lads. Yes. Right next door to Caesar's Palace, the Bellagio. It's only gorgeous. So we went for pints just here, underneath the Eiffel Tower. And it's called Beer Park. And I can tell you, lads, there was a lot of beer in that park. Good God, man. I mean, you see that in Vegas, right? But wait, there's more. Next up we have Caesar's Palace. Some say Caesar actually stayed there. The Backstreet Boys. Here's the Flamingo. Caesar's Palace is absolutely freaking massive. Let's continue on. As you come down this way, we'll come across the Venetian. You have Harrah's. There's the Mirage. Amazing flying, lads. Amazing. There's the link. There's the Ferris wheel. This is down by Treasure Island, complete with the volcano show. It was 1,000 degrees down here. I was sweating in places I didn't think could sweat. Get a good hard mental image of that now, lads, huh? Here's the Venetian, where I won $10. And I got some beer. Treasure Island, home of Gillies. So Gillies was in the door and turn right, and they had the bull. You know the bulls. That you jump on the bull and it'll kick you off. Said bull. That's the bull. Look at that though. The Palazzano or Palazzo. Jesus. Senior Frogs. Jesus, I don't remember seeing that. Then again, we didn't come down this way an awful lot. There's Trump Tower. You know, enough said. Look at Treasure Island, look. An undulating one, yeah. Sweating from the bars, right? Venetian blinds. They do actually have Venetian blinds. They have the other lads in there as well. They have the, what are they called? The not the canoe lads, what are they called? The gondolas. Encore and win. Oh, yes. Coming down now. The Conrad. Where's the sphere? Over here, me devil you. Oh, yes. There he is. Sure. Come back. Come back, you're great crack. Come back to us. Come here, you devil you. Come on, over here. Over here. Up, you devil you. Look at the state of him. Now I've double scenery, so we're going to get a double image here. It just looks really weird, doesn't it? The simulated horror. Let's rumble downtown. How awesome is this? Circus, circus. The Hilton. Oh, we're heading for Fremont Street. Yeah, baby. The Stratosphere. Let's ramble this way. So this is the old downtown. We gotta find Fremont Street. It's absolutely nuts. There she be. In the real world, that's all animated, and like this place is nuts, right? You have street performers, you have all sorts of crazy going on down here. Then you have the plaza. The Golden Nugget is nearby. Then you have the Mob Museum. There's the Golden Nugget. Isn't it absolutely deadly? Right. Let us ramble to the Rio. Hospital Simmer, you take care of me, dude. Jesus. Welcome to the Rio.
Oh, Jesus.
Would you look at the state of it? So, Murphy's room was over here, look. About there. Oh, yes. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. This is where I was staying, lads. That was me view over the pools and everything. Yeah, baby. And then you have other stuff over here. Where was that place we went to, Jefferson? It was called Smith's, wasn't it? It was down the road here. There's the Palms. We didn't go to the Palms. Although in saying that, they had the Chippendales in the place. Absolutely incredible. Smith's, don't think it'd be modelled though. Probably not. It was like the best shop in the world. You can buy all the water you wanted for like $2. It was amazing. What a city though, lads. What a city. Absolutely incredible fun was had. It was non-stop having the crack. It was just hilarious fun getting to hang out with the lads. Jefferson, Adam, Candu, the guys from Got Friends, Parallel 42, the whole thing. It was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's a hell of a town. A hell of a town. And it was so much fun. So, Flies with Joel, good to see you. Welcome in. Oh, Joel was there as well, of course. We were hanging around with Joel. Great fun. Frankie Poops! Frankie's in the house. Welcome in. The sphere has changed. It has. It's now the Earth. We were out drinking pints with Frankie and his wife, Mrs. Frankie. Took me about 2 hours to charge the rental EV. I only needed 15%. Yeah. The Greta Mobile. Oh God, I wouldn't waste your time. But what a city. What an absolutely brilliant place. Test Pilot, good to see you. Next year's expo is in Providence, Rhode Island. So, you know, you look at Vegas and you're like, wow, and it's all mad and it's brilliant, right? Then, Providence, Rhode Island, it's the equivalent of partying in Vegas to sitting down on a Sunday afternoon in your grandmother's kitchen watching Murder, She Wrote. I mean, look at that cut. I mean, that's pretty much where we're going to be at, lads, right? Murder, She Wrote, Jessica Fletcher, can she do it, right? Try That Sounds mod. Which one? Oh, this one. As in the... What one? You leave Angela Lansbury alone. No, she's lovely and all. Do you know what I mean? But, like, it's not Vegas, like. You know what I mean? Jesus. We'll turn Providence into Vegas. Yeah. Right plane. Unpause. It is time to land at Harry Reid, friends. Harry Reid is over there on the left somewhere. Yes. Look at the cut. Right, what have we got going for us? Lights, please. Landing lights are on. Excellent. Autopilot off. And let's take it in for a ramble. Vegas is very flashy. Vegas is deadly. A river runs through it. Does it? Definitely going to be a quieter city next year. Complete freedom. Good to see you, man. It will be quieter. But like... Jesus, it was brilliant. And do you know what? I didn't think I was going to enjoy Vegas as much as I did. Loved it. The crack was just... It was hilarious fun. Agent Prometheus says, used to have to travel here once a year for the company celebrations. Nice. No city is quiet if me and Murphy get going. Right, Frankie, that's the story. We could be anywhere. And there could be things happening, right? Murphy, you have a much greater chance of being arrested in Rhode Island. Rubbish. They'll understand me straight away. The crack, yes. It's not that crack. C-R-A-I-C. It's the Irish crack. Providence won't know what hit them when they see my Crocs. Right? Mr. Two-Tone also wants to go to Vegas. Oh, we'll go back to... Definitely going back to Vegas. Definitely. 17% of Rhode Island is Irish. There you go. So, 17? Right. Go on, 17, you devil. No, I'm looking forward to it. We have to try and do a full stop landing here. Oh, look where everyone is. Right, we'll do a UE.
Hello there.
Jesus, Mr. Tommy's flying with us. Run, Tommy. Let me see. Cole Kraken, thank you very much indeed for the follow. You're very welcome in, man. Right, in an attempt to try and land, without dying, we're going to try and land without dying. Oh, Jesus, then. Do you hear the roars of it? I reckon we go back to Vegas just for like a meet-up. Frankie, you need to start talking Kando into it. I think it's a great idea. You're far willing to keep up. These things are fast, right? Fast. No, Rhode Island would be great fun as well. Look, to be honest, right? The venue in Vegas was great. The city, what an experience. But like, it's the people. You're talking Kando into let's go back to Vegas. Oh, you booked your flight to Dublin. Good man, Jefferson. The Dublin meetup. Jesus, then that'll be Vegas part 2. Jefferson, are you staying over this time or are you just flying in and out? Because you pulled an all-nighter the last one, or the last time. The Wildcat is sublime. Never even hurt myself on landing. Ooh, nice. Roy, you take care of me, dude. Where are we lining up? In-N-Out burger for you? Really, Jefferson? Really? That's hilarious. So we're going drinking in Rathfarnham in a couple of weeks' time. It'll be grand. Fly into Dublin for the crack and we're going out in the lash. And before you ask, yes, I'm wearing my Crocs. Just don't tell Gibbo. The Crocs will be in full swing now. What am I going for? This is 2.6, is it? What's this runway? Jesus, I'm pressing buttons there. I don't know what I'm doing. Zoom in, Murphy. I can't see the map. Don't, Jesus. Don't panic. 19er right is where I'm going. 19er right. Oh, the stutters is real. 42 to 45 degrees in Vegas. Yeah, it'll be warm. I'm sure Gibbo's wearing them as... Yeah, Gibbo wears Crocs in secret. Yeah, he's a... Yeah. Holy sandals. Yeah. Where's my gear down? Gear's down. Right, here we go. Full stop landing into Las Vegas. We want to get over where Atlantic Aviation is. It's up here on the right-hand side. Why is it not working? Oh, Jesus, Murphy. There we go. Oh, easy, Murph, easy. What's the wind doing? 11 knots? Night Zep, thank you so much indeed for flying with us, my guy. We'll see you soon. Alright, easy now. Easy. Man, the Duke is such a good plane, isn't it? Alrighty. Hold the nose. Easy. There's a stall. Touchdown 162. We'll take that with us. Flaps in. Bit of manual braking. And we'll ramble over here to the right-hand side. I do believe that's Atlantic over there, isn't it? That's Gulfstream. There's Atlantic. It's back up the road, isn't it? I think Atlantic is up the road. So we'll find out, lads. Man alive, look at the state of that. That's class, isn't it? As far as I know, Atlantic is up this side. Jack and I had fun. Nice. You know it'll be croc season in Rhode Island. You better believe it. Crocs are going to be mandatory. We'll get special crocs made up just for the event, lads. Videopoker.com. So all the helis take off from here as well. All the Jesus, there must have been 10 helicopters all in lined up one after the other on the heli tours. They'd be flat out busy. This was so much fun, lads. This was a blast. Now I will be streaming tomorrow at some stage, and I will be. We're going to take out the 777, the MD-11, the Huey, the T6, and probably the J3 to give it a bash as well. Oh, the H120 as well. You wouldn't know the crack. Nearly there. I thought Atlantic was up here. It is. There's Atlantic there, look. Yes. Over to the FBO at Atlantic. Beautiful. Tenno, you take care. The Huey is so nice. Can't wait to fly it, Joel. Cannot wait to fly it. Oh, look at that Firefly Air livery. Nice. All right, we'll park right up at Atlantic. All right. All right, slap at the brakes. Now, where's everyone? Do. Oh, nice. Right, let's see how we do this now. We can set this up really well, or we can make a complete and utter balls of it. I think we go really well. Yes. Yes. Yeah. This works. This absolutely works. Brighten up the scene a bit, so we can actually see who's here. Now, lads, you know the drill, right? You line them up, you do your thing, and you make it look absolutely fantastic, right? That's the deal. Make it look absolutely fantastic. Right, so we need a bit of music. Cue the music. And, do you know what it has to be? For the night we're having, and for our good old pal, oh buddy, old pal, Jeppesen 2001. Can we once again get those Jeppesen emotes into the chat? Congratulations to Jeppesen. Full-time with Parallel 42, Head of Scenery Development. Huge news! Right, lads, time to light them up. Let's hear for our displayed pilots tonight. Amazing flying. Jesus, Mr. Tommy, we hate to see you go, but we love to watch you leave. And there, friends, we have it. What an awesome flight tonight. Thank you also very much indeed for keeping me company as we explored Utah back into Las Vegas. There's Barney Gumble, look. Hi, Alma. Our flight in Las Vegas, Nevada. Look at the absolute state of it. And it's all thanks to you guys for keeping us company, flying along. And, well, the whole stream, I gotta say, we dedicate this one to Jeppesen 2001 and that of Parallel 42. Absolutely insane news. Couldn't be happier. And, man alive, what a great story, right? So, I want to thank you guys so much for flying along with us tonight. It was a busy night. We didn't break anything. Tried to get technical with the Duke. It worked, kind of, sort of, nearly, until it died. No, it didn't die, it nearly did. But that was so much fun. And flying into Vegas, like, what an iconic place. Iconic. So, we're going to be back to you tomorrow at some stage with a bit of streamage. Then on Monday night, 1900 Zulu, we kickstart the Tour de France series, which will last about 4 weeks. And we got a full week ahead of loads of content coming at you right here from Murph Manor to your humble abode or wherever it is that you watch. So to all our friends on YouTube, thank you very, very much indeed for all the likes and all the subscribes. To everyone here on Twitch for all the resubs, the follows, the raids. It's been absolutely insane. Thank you very, very much indeed. We're away now and we shall be back tomorrow at such a time. Keep an eye on Discord. ! Discord. That's where we hang out and I'll keep you posted from in there. So until the next time, you take care.
Here! This far, no farther! La 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 la.